videos, much like you've done all throughout the season. Thank you for tuning in there, as well as on Channel 7, Channel 207, or on your internet stream. Lots of ways to watch Gridiron Game Day throughout the season, and whichever way you're watching, we want to say thanks for tuning in to the Possum pregame show here tonight in our final regular season broadcast of the season in year 10 here of Gridiron Game Day. Ron, tonight we've got Sullivan East, who's looking to end a long losing streak, and Northview Academy, who's still mathematically alive for the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Chris, I woke up this morning. There was frost on the car, 33 degrees. The leaves are changing. You just know it's that time of the year when football games matter. And I want to tell you, it doesn't matter if you're 0-8. It doesn't matter if you're 8-0 or 2-6. Games still matter, and to nothing else, it matters to these seniors and to these families. We take a look at this Northview Academy team. They're kind of going through a transition, right? Mason Phillips last year, almost a generational talent for them, down at University of Tennessee, taking snaps down there right now. So they had to change up the offense some. Also lost some big guys off the offensive line. So they've kind of gone to that option veer, if you will. Tennessee runs something very similar, except for them it's the shoot and veer, but very similar to what you're going to see tonight out of this Northview Academy. For the Cougars tonight, they're still in the playoffs. Even though technically speaking, it's sort of on life support. We're going to look at standings here in a little while. They can still get in. They've got to take care of tonight, next week, and then they need some help. Yeah. For this Sullivan East team, when they talked about it, I'm not sure that they were thinking 0-8. You know, I'm sure they weren't. Things just simply have not worked out. Now, I will say this. I'm convinced this is an improved team. This is a better team. I remember the beginning of the year when Blue Prophet made that prediction that he could see them winning 4 games. And I'll be honest with you, at the time, I thought it was a realistic prediction. I still think it's a realistic prediction. When you go and look at some of the games that have been tight for them, that Johnson County game could have went the other way, and I think it changes the complexion of the season. Granger's in there. Chucky Doak, we can talk about them. But regardless, you know, they are what they are right now. I think depth has been an issue for them. I think injuries as well have been an issue for them this year, particularly when you look at Bentley Key and the potential he brought to the running game. But tonight, let's focus on tonight. These seniors on senior night, this is a winnable game for these Patriots. If they stay up front, they control the line of scrimmage tonight, they can win this game. And with this win, Chris, you send those seniors out right.
Sullivan East scored 88 points all of last season. They've already scored 131 this year. They're just still looking for that first win, and they've got a chance at it tonight. We've got a big game coming up for several reasons tonight, but we've also got a lot more going on the field, on the sideline, in the stands. Hope, tell us a little more.
Thank you, guys. We're definitely excited for the game, and we've got a lot of good stuff coming up on the sidelines. We've got some great performances from both of the bands during halftime. We're going to be hearing from the Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. And coming up, we're going to be hearing from the volleyball coach and some of the team and hear about what their experience was like at States. And then we've got other interviews to look forward to. And then, of course, all of the senior night festivities. We've got the game at the top of the hour, so just stick around, and we'll be back after this. Okay.
In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the spirit of community runs deep, Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services has been a cornerstone in our area for almost 80 years. Founded in 1945, BTES began with a simple mission: to bring reliable electricity to every home and business in Bristol. Through decades of dedication, innovation, and unwavering service, we've powered dreams and brightened lives. Today, we stand as a testament of progress, offering state-of-the-art services while honoring our rich legacy. Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, our community's trusted resource for energy and connectivity. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Gridiron Gameday. I'm here with Brittany James and the volleyball team. So they were just at state this week. So first off, congratulations on making it to state. So what was your experience like at state?
It was a lot of fun. We had a really good time. We went down there, we competed. The outcome wasn't what we want, but I thought we played very well and competed down there.
That's awesome. So I know you mentioned earlier that you guys have a pretty young team, so that's really impressive that you guys made it there. So let's see, do you have a favorite memory from the state tournament?
Probably just hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you guys had some great bonding time. Let's see. So how did it feel kind of, representing your school and the community at the state tournament?
I think it was really cool that we had the chance and opportunity to go down there and just represent Sullivan East. There's a lot of schools from our area down there, so just that in general just shows how good the volleyball in this area really is, and I thought it was cool that we were one of those teams.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll be back after this. Thank you. Okay. Oh, thank you guys.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music.
She said, here she wants his fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. 96.3, The Possum.
Hey, I'm Josh Warner. I'm the franchise owner-operator at Chick-fil-A at the Pinnacle in Bristol, Tennessee. I joined Chick-fil-A in 1996 as a teenager and worked for Chick-fil-A through college, and we've loved being able to come back to Bristol and open our Chick-fil-A here. We have been very thankful and appreciative for the work that BTES has done for us with the reliability of their services. We've been pleased to use them for our internet and phone services as well as electrical utilities. Everything has been phenomenal, especially the business services division, which has provided great support for us.
Welcome back to the Possum pregame show here live at Sullivan East in what is the final home game for the Patriots this season, senior night, as they welcome the Northview Academy Cougars in a region contest. Sullivan East, it's no secret, trying to break a long losing streak. They've lost 15 straight games, and Northview Academy is coming in struggling a little bit. This is a team that was a playoff team last year but lost a lot of their production from a year ago, and this is a game that many folks around the area believe Sullivan East might can end the streak on. As we take a peek at some of the standings here, as we look at Region 1 4A, please remember, 4 teams make the playoffs, and so at this time, those top 4, Volunteer and Cherokee getting those last 2 spots, but there's a lot of big games in the region tonight. Sullivan East mathematically eliminated. Northview still alive. If they won if they won both games, they would need some help, but they're alive.
Yes, they're alive. That loss to Seymour hurts a lot, and so they're going to need some help. We come down to the next game against a very good Cherokee team. Then, of course, up top, you've got that big Elizabeth and Greenville game coming next week, and you have to feel like Elizabeth or Greenville is probably the favorite in that game. But boy, anytime you go up against a Sean Witten Cyclones team, they're extremely good at making adjustments, and every year that's just a dandy of a game.
And I believe Volunteer and Cherokee play tonight.
Yes.
So I think, speaking of, we've got some games that we're keeping a close eye on here, and there they are, and boom. Volunteer Cherokee there at the bottom. Westridge, one of our Gridiron Game Day teams, is playing a huge game against Science Hill tonight. That the winner of that one could potentially take a step forward to hosting a home playoff game in Region 1 6A.
Yeah, and you've got to give a lot of kudos to that coach over at Volunteer for quickly turning that culture around with a program that has really struggled for the last several years.
All 8 teams in Region 1 4A playing each other this week. It's an all-conference kind of week. So important games tonight. Let's throw it to the field for senior night festivities.
Jocelyn has been a member of the band for 7 years. She works in children's ministry at Cross Point Church and enjoys cooking. After graduation, Jocelyn plans to attend college locally and pursue a culinary or childhood education career. Daughter of April and Brian Bromley. Brooke has been a member of the band for 3 years. After graduation, she plans to attend East Tennessee State University. Peyton Cannon, daughter of Pam and Jeremy Cannon. Peyton has been a member of the color guard for 4 years. After graduation, she plans to attend college, continue in color guard, and major in physical therapy. Brooklyn Cantor, daughter of Caleb Tester and Casey Smith. Brooklyn has been a member of the band for 7 years. She is a member of the National Honor Society and Skills USA. After graduation, Brooklyn plans to attend college and major in criminal justice or political science. Alyssa Hildebrand, daughter of Jason and Jess Hildebrand. Alyssa has been a member of the band for 7 years. She is also a member of the swim team, National Honor Society, and Beta Club. After graduation, Alyssa plans to continue with band and swim in college. Olivia Honoski, daughter of George and Amy Honoski. Olivia has been a member of the band for 7 years. She is also a member of the Patriots Abroad, National Honor Society, Skills USA, and Criminal Justice. After graduation, Olivia plans to attend Northeast State and ETSU and major in French. Abigail Johnson, daughter of Terry and Michael Johnson. Abigail has been a member of the band for 7 years. She is also a member of Beta Club. After graduation, Abigail plans to attend ETSU, major in nursing, and continue marching with the ETSU Marching Bucks. Lily Morales, daughter of Melanie Reynolds and Louise Morales. Lily has been a member of the Color Guard for 3 years. She is also a member of JAG and National Honor Society. After graduation, Lily plans to attend college at Lincoln Memorial University and study to become a veterinarian. Blair Olson, daughter of Billy and Jennifer Olson and Kimber Olson. Blair has been a member of the band for 8 years. She is involved in musical theater and has been in school plays The Music Man and Beetlejuice. After graduation, Blair plans to attend TCAT and get her certification in cosmetology. She also plans to work at the styling station as a stylist. Summer Puckett, daughter of Tara Prince and Daniel Puckett. Summer has been a member of the Color Guard for 3 years. She is also involved in theater. After graduation, Summer plans on getting an apprenticeship to become either a piercer or tattoo artist. Emily Schaefer, daughter of William Schaefer. Emily has been a member of the band for 7 years. After graduation, she plans to attend college and major in veterinarian medicine. Haley Smithy, daughter of Mary and Gary Andrews. Haley has been a member of the band for 7 years. She is also a member of the National Honor Society. After graduation, she plans on attending Western Carolina University and becoming a criminal psychologist. Daisy Wilder, daughter of Renee Wilder and Tony Wilder. Daisy has been a member of the band for 7 years. She is also involved in machine tools. After graduation, Daisy plans to attend TCAT for welding and off-road mechanics and wants to start a business with these trades. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior band members. Now for our cross-country seniors. Andrea Edwards, daughter of Brent and Jeanette Edwards. Andrea has been a member of the cross-country and track team for 4 years. After graduation, she plans to attend Northeast State for 2 years to pursue a degree in media and communication studies. Miley Jones, daughter of Will and Miranda Holt. Miley has been a member of the cross-country and track teams for 4 years. She is still undecided about her plans after graduation. Cadence Stamey, daughter of Randy and Shannon Stamey. Cadence has been a member of the cross-country team for 4 years. She is also a member of wrestling, competitive cheer, and track teams. After graduation, Cadence plans to attend college and become an elementary school math teacher. Timothy Chaos, son of Tim and Lori Chaos. Timothy has been a member of the cross-country team for 1 year. He is also a member of the boys' soccer team. After graduation, Timothy plans to attend Milligan University to pursue a degree in education and become an elementary school teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior cross-country team members. Now for our golf team seniors. Will Carrier, son of James and Nicole Carrier. Will has been a member of the golf team for 4 years. He is a member of Open Table, FCA, Beta Club, National Honor Society, Student Council, and President of the Class of 2026. After graduation, Will plans to attend Milligan University, where he will continue his golf career and pursue a BSN and then get his CRNA license. Anthony Whitehead, son of Todd and Melissa Whitehead. Anthony has been a member of the golf team for 4 years. He is a member of the National Honor Society, Beta Club, and Student Council. After graduation, Anthony plans to attend ETSU and pursue a degree in computer science. Ladies and gentlemen, your golf team seniors. team seniors. Brindley Cosby, daughter of Joe and Ashley Medeiros. Brindley has been a member of the dance team for 1 year. She is also a member of the wrestling team, the National Honor Society, and Beta Club. She attends Poplar Ridge Church. After graduation, Brindley plans to attend ETSU and then transfer to Vanderbilt to pursue a degree in biology with a focus on biomedical science to become a doctor. Emily Kate Gwynn, daughter of Daryl and Elizabeth Gwynn. This is Emily's 3rd season with the dance team. She is serving as the lieutenant of the Patriots for both the fall and winter dance seasons. Emily is the vice president of Skills USA, teaching as a professional program. After graduation, she plans to attend college and pursue a degree in sports management and coaching. Ladies and gentlemen, your dance team seniors. Now for our senior cheerleaders. Erin Beats, daughter of Kaylin Creasy and James Beats. Erin has been a member of the Sullivan East cheer team for 2 years. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Beta Club, Student Council, World Language Club, Culinary Club, and FCA. After graduation, Erin plans to attend a 4-year college and major in finance and minor in business administration. Madison Cole, daughter of April Harris and Nick Cole. Madison has been a member of the Sullivan East cheer team for 4 years and serves as captain of the varsity team. She is the treasurer of the senior class and Beta Club. She is a member of the Student Council, National Honor Society, World Language Club, and Culinary Club. After graduation, Madison plans to attend a 4-year university and major in psychology and minor in business administration. Alice DeVusser, daughter of John and Elaine DeVusser. Alice has cheered for 2 years at Sullivan East. Alice is on the track team and is studying to be a real estate agent after graduation. Addison Gregg, daughter of Keith and Michelle. Addison has cheered at Sullivan East for 3 years. She has cheered for a total of 13 years. Addison is a member of JAG and Theater. Addison will attend King College after graduation and pursue a degree in nursing and will be on the King cheer squad. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior cheerleaders. And now for the senior football players. Ben Childers, son of Shonda and Adam Childers. Ben has played football for 4 years. After graduation, he plans to attend Northeast State to pursue a degree in automotive technology with a concentration in automotive specialist. Gabe Johnson, son of Corey Johnson and Ashley Robinson. Gabe has played football and basketball for 3 years. He is a member of the Culinary Club, FCA, and Anchor Club. After graduation, he plans to play football in college and pursue a degree in exercise science. McDuffie, son of Carrie and Nathan McDuffie. Andrew has played football for 4 years. He is also a member of Fire Science. After graduation, Andrew plans to attend Northeast State and pursue a career in firefighting. Connor Moody, son of Monica and Joey Moody. Connor has played football for East for 2 years. He has also been a member of the track team and the culinary club. After graduation, he plans to attend Northeast State and pursue a career. Bentley Key, son of Robert and Clara Key. Bentley has played football for 4 years. He's also been a member of the wrestling team and the culinary club. After graduation, Bentley plans to wrestle in college and pursue a degree in industrial engineering. Jack Ostrander, son of Patrick and Rebecca Ostrander. Jack has played football for 1 year. He is also involved in photography. After graduation, Jack plans to attend Northeast State to pursue a degree in business management. Trenton Price, son of Joe and Nikki Price. Trenton has played football for 3 years. He's also been a member of the culinary club. After graduation, Trenton plans to attend Northeast State to study sports management. Blue Prophet, son of Thomas Prophet and Natasha Hartley. Blue has played football for 4 years. He's also played basketball and baseball for 4 years and is a member of the Culinary Club and FCA. After graduation, Blue plans to play football in college and pursue a degree in athletic training.
All right, congratulations to all the East seniors here on senior night as they're recognized before the game. We'll take a break and be back here on the Possum Pregame Show here at Alumni Field at Sullivan East High School.
Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services is your hometown provider of electric, internet, telephone, and cable television services. With our robust fiber optic network, we offer internet speeds of 10 gigabits per second to every home and business in our service area. Our mission is to enrich our community while striving to make tomorrow better than today. BTES, your trusted resource for energy and connectivity.
timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music.
She said, here she watches, fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee.
96.3, The Possum.
Welcome back to Sullivan East High School. We are getting prepared for a Region 1 4A matchup as the Patriots host the Northview Academy Cougars here tonight at Sullivan East. Earlier this week, we got a chance to catch up with Coach Simmons. He was able to discuss the Patriots season so far, the 0-8 start, and what they're expecting to see out of this Northview Academy team here tonight.
Well, I think, it's been the same thing all year, but a lot of the things that we're working on right now are the intangible things. Being the best teammate that you can be, focusing on what you can do to help our team, help our program succeed. And the guys, they've taken to it. We've had a pretty good week of practice. Pretty excited about this, another opportunity to play again tonight. So I like where we've come this week. Oh, I think anytime you have guys that are four-year guys, they're staples in your program. And as we go through it, and we've gone through kind of a rough season here, and been a team that, in my mind, we've competed with everybody that we've played. We just have things that we kind of slide off the back end there pretty quickly. Struggle to play four quarters. Their leadership is, needed even more now than it was at any other point in the season. And that's kind of the thing, again, another thing that we've been preaching is like, stay the course, keep fighting. Well, I mean, they've got a really good offensive line. They get off the ball, they try to move people. They've got a couple of backs in the backfield that are pretty talented. The receivers are big and tall. Like to throw, they like to get the ball in their hands quickly. So we've got to be able to read and react, show up quickly. There's no time for hesitation. Well, we were just talking about that with my offensive coordinator. I think they've, looking at film that they've seen, I think they'll probably try to bring some pressure. But at the same time, they could just bring four and try to drop back and try to get in our way in our passing attack. Yeah, I mean, it's been the same thing the whole time. It's that consistency. One bad play can't turn into three or four. And understanding that these guys, you're fighting for the guy next to you, and especially on senior night, what better thing to fight for than to send your seniors out with a win.
So, as you can tell, it is an important game tonight for Sullivan East here at senior night as they try to send those seniors out with a big win, which would be their first here of the season. Let's take a look at some of the key players in tonight's game. We'll start on the side of Northview Academy. It's Keaton Phipps. Phipps is the leading rusher for this Cougar team. He's got 653 yards, 2 touchdowns, and this team runs it a lot, Ron.
Yeah, and Phipps just looks really well. Changes direction well and also cuts really, really well.
We'll see a heavy dose of him and Aiden Metcalf tonight for Northview. And for Sullivan East, it's Devin Bowman, as Bowman has had 3 consecutive 100-yard receiving games, and he's taken a lot of pressure off of Blue Prophet, who is the top receiver for Peyton Lingerfeld, kind of a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, and when it comes to high school football, there are a lot of balls that go up that are 50-50 balls, and he's gotten very good in tight coverage with physical corners, being able to adjust and make those receptions.
As you can see, East is getting ready to line up and run onto the field. One more note there on Devin Bowman. He has been huge as they have lost Hayden Jones for the season at wide receiver, and Devin Bowman has really stepped up, has become a big threat as the Patriots take the field on senior night. right, so Sullivan East getting fired up. What a light show here tonight as the teams head on to the field. Of course, this 7:30 start, getting dark and getting ready for what East is hoping would be a big win tonight against their region rival. Let's send it down to the field.
That's great. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and thank you for the opportunity that these boys have to play football tonight. Keep both our team and the opposing team safe tonight. Thank you for your word, and most of all, thank you for sending your only begotten Son, down the Holy Spirit, to die on the cross for our sins, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Hey, Captain.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the presentation of the national colors and the singing of the national anthem. The national anthem will be sung tonight by the Sullivan East High School Choir. The national colors will be presented by the Sullivan East Naval Junior Reserves Officer Training Corps. This evening's color guard is commanded by Cadet Lewis, who is carrying the American flag. Cadet Bison, who is carrying the United States Marine Corps flag. Cadet Sims, who is carrying the United States Navy flag. And Cadet Fagley and Cadet Epperson are serving as rifle bearers. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Behind us as we inch even closer towards kickoff here tonight between East and Northview Academy. Ron, why don't you go over our keys to the game for both teams?
Yeah, you know, when you run that veer for Northview, you're going to have to be really decisive as quarterback comes out. That first step to pull the defensive end in, you're going to have to make that step and be confident in it, whether you're going or whether you're making that pitch. Also, you really want to be really concise about selling that dive. Also, because this Sullivan East team likes to throw the football, you got to kind of switch it up and disguise that coverage, whether that means dropping your linebackers back, whether that means switching your safeties a corner sometimes. It very well could mean also getting very physical within those 5 yards with those wide receivers. For East, boy, you've got to be consistent up front. You have to be consistent and then take away the dive as well for the Patriots.
Take care of your team. Mr. Coleman is your umpire. Listen to him. He will help you out all night as far as line play is concerned. Keep us away with penalties. They're really not needed. Okay, you're the visiting team and you get the call of the toss. This is a coin from the TSSAA. This is a tail and this is a head. This is a head and this is a tail. You get to choose. What is your choice? He chose tails. All right, I'm going to shake this up, and we're going to see what we got. What do we have? Got tails. That's what you chose, wasn't it? Okay, that means that you have won the toss, and you want to receive. Okay, you want to kick away from the clock. Put your back down there. Put yours over here, and we'll be ready to go.
Captains for the Patriots, number 1, Blue Prophet. Number 3, Andrew McDuffie. Number 9, Connor Moody. Number 71, Trent Price.
right, so we have Justin Anderson here, head coach for Northview. Spent a lot of time at Jefferson County, was a graduate there, and ended up being a head coach there for a couple of seasons. Went to the offensive line route at Knox Catholic, and this is his second stint, Ron, as head coach.
Yeah, very good Knox Catholic team as well. And one thing you always know about a Coach Anderson team is up front they're going to be sound.
On the other side for Sullivan East, it's J.C. Simmons, who's been at it for 6 years here at Sullivan East and is trying to lead this Patriots team to a big win tonight as they look for their first win of the season. Again, Sullivan East comes in on a 15-game losing streak tonight. They'll try to end that against Northview. And this Cougars team still alive for the playoffs. They are trying to grab a win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive for next week.
The thing I will say about this Patriots team, when we talked to Coach Simmons, he talked about how this team is still engaged and motivated. And this time of the year, that's about all you can ask, really.
And a short kickoff down the field by Zach Pearson is collected along that far side. That was Wade Watkins on the return, and Northview Academy is going to have the ball first. If you watched Northview play last year, they like to throw it all over the field. Mason Phillips was their quarterback. He's now a walk-on at the University of Tennessee and even played in a game earlier this season against ETSU. Now it's more of a run-heavy attack, but Bryson Metcalf leads the way at quarterback.
Well, you're kind of missing some of that beef up front as well that allows you to go into those passing lanes and get set up on the outside as far as the passing game goes.
Good field position for Northview Academy on the first carry, and this is Phipps with a big run into East territory.
Yeah, good start already on east side of the field right now.
Moving quickly with some tempo here as Metcalf hands off to Phipps again, and he's got a lot of room near side, inside the 20, still on his feet, and finally thrown out of bounds. And it feels like that might be there all night on that dive play.
Yeah, great block right there, kicking out that defensive end. And that young man right there runs the football really, really well.
You see the starting lineup, the Sunbelt Reynolds starters for the Northview Academy offense. You've already been introduced to Keaton Phipps, and watch out for Aiden Metcalf as well, a running back in the backfield alongside with Phipps. Metcalf does hand to Metcalf, their brothers, and nice job in the backfield as Karsten Toole was in the area to make a TFL.
Way to fight right off of that block right there and keep your head up as he did to be able to make that tackle.
See the Sunbelt Reynolds starters for the Sullivan East defense. As first negative play we've seen, and as you said in those keys to the game, Ron, stopping that dive right up the middle is paramount for East's success in this game. Quick handoff, ball on the ground, and I think East has it.
Boy, what a big play for the Patriots, and that's the kind of play early in the game that can set a tone for this team. They've not had many turnovers this season yet, Chris, and I tell you, right now, they couldn't have picked a better time as that Cougars team was marching down the field.
I believe Sullivan East is -8 in the turnover margin this year, so every possession they can steal in a game like this is huge. Jacob Sloan with the recovery as Peyton Lingerfeld leads this East offense onto the field. He's been a lot better this year. You see the touchdown to interception rate is fairly solid with 16 touchdowns. And again, watch out for those top targets, Blue Prophet and Devin Bowman at wide receiver. First down, Lingerfeld lobs it up. We might get a flag there as the East sideline was looking for one, but no on that time.
I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. I don't know that he could have caught that ball inbounds, and that's probably why the flag stood in the pocket.
That was Riley Neal, as you see there at wide receiver. We mentioned Lingerfeld as well as Prophet Bowman. Neal kind of that third receiver target. You're going to see Northview run it a lot. You're going to see East throw it a lot. Two different styles in this game.
Yeah, although I will mention to you, Lingerfeld has 500 yards rushing this season, 499, so he's definitely a threat running the football too. See those big spaces there with the Patriots offensive line.
Second down. Lingerfeld tucks and runs. He's got some room on that far side and tackled by Wade Watkins, who is the leading tackler for this Cougar team.
Still good yardage right there for Lingerfeld. Going to set up third and about 4, I believe.
See the starters for Northview Academy, thanks to Sunbelt Rentals for sponsoring that. As you've already been introduced to Wade Watkins, he's somebody to watch there in the middle, along with freshman Logan Cates at inside linebacker, who's going to be a really solid player before his time is done.
Yeah, just a freshman. He's going to be a dandy.
3rd and short. Lingerfeld flips it out and knocked away at the last second. That was Elijah Elrod from his safety spot to get a hand on it.
And Chris, was it me or did that ball just look like it sort of fluttered out there?
Yeah, gave it a little bit too much air there, and a nice job by Elrod to come screaming down and knock that away. Now we've seen Lingerfeld punt in scenarios like this, and he's back pretty deep here, and now Northview shifts into a punt return look. Of course, when the quarterback is also the punter, he's got that ability to fake it, and he's going to run for it. Lingerfeld's got the first down and more.
Boy, Chris, that just opened up so well for that. I don't think that was designed there. I think it was up to him, and he saw what he needed, and he took off.
What seemed to me there, as you watch, you see 10 back there for Northview Academy. That's Calvin Ferguson.
Look at the gap right there.
I think for the most part, if with Lingerfeld back there at quarterback, if the defense sends a guy back deep, he might have the ability to check into a run on that play. So that keeps this drive alive. Here's Bowman at the pass downfield, and a bit too strong for his target, as that looked like Ike Deal, the freshman, running down that far side. And Ron, this brings up a good point. In a game like this, you might see East bring out the full bag of tricks to try to win this game.
Chris, you've got to tip your hat a little bit right there to that corner. I believe that might have been Phipps over there for staying at home instead of shooting up on that run.
See high above the field here at Alumni Field. Here in the first quarter, Sullivan East on the first possession. Northview Academy worked it down to the red zone, but a fumble has given East the ball, and they're trying to get on the board first. Lingerfeld keeps, and he's got room towards midfield, and Lingerfeld into Northview territory. You mentioned his legs. He's not only, of course, the leading passer, but he's the leading rusher on this team too.
Yeah, your defender right there bit on that handoff. And watch this, wow. Just a keeper right there, right up that seam, and good yardage for Lingerfeld.
Great read and pull by Lingerfeld, as Aiden Metcalf was the defender in no man's land, had to make a choice. So the Patriots into Cougar territory. Lingerfeld rolls, floats for Bowman. That pass is caught. Got his feet down, and East is on the move right around the 20.
And that was just a really, really nice touch pass right there by Lingerfeld as he's kind of running that corner route. Well-designed play. There's your player of the potential player right there to watch.
Just beautiful touch on the ball from Lingerfeld, who has now over 2,000 yards passing this season, which is, he's already crossed his total from last year, where he finished with just 2,001 yards. So he's having a big season. 1st and 10. Screen look. Deal with room. And inside the 10, as this East offense continues to move the football through the air.
And Chris, what I've noticed, I mean, he's been flushed a couple times, but overall, this offensive line tonight for the Patriots is holding up pretty well.
Talk about pulling out all the stops here. Check out this formation for Sullivan East. They've got 9 men on the left side of the field with Blue Prophet snapping the ball to Lingerfeld, supposedly. Let's see what happens. And a whistle. Bowman thought he had a touchdown, but we'll see what the call is here. McEwen, the lead official today.
I think in the old days, Chris, we used to call that gator.
We have a dead ball, offsides on the white team. We find they're half the distance to the goal and replay the down.
Okay, so even closer here for Sullivan East as Northview Academy was lined up offside. Let's see if, well.
Chris, that would have been interesting if that play would have, just to see what would have happened right there.
Load up everybody on one side and then flip it to your fastest player in Devin Bowman. A more traditional look here. Lingerfeld tackled in the backfield. Nice pursuit. The ball does come out late, but I think he was down.
Lingerfeld looks over at the ref like something occurred that he didn't appreciate. I'm not exactly sure. I don't see anything there, Chris.
Yeah, maybe if it might have been after the whistle there, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it looked like Lingerfeld was down before that ball came out. So East has moved the ball well on this drive, but they've now gone backwards on that 1st and goal play. Still manageable as they're right around the 10-yard line. But, oh, boy, would Sullivan East love to get the first points of the game here. Lingerfeld on the move. Looks deep, and this one's way out of bounds over near the concession stand as Profit runs it down out there.
Chris, this becomes very difficult area for this Patriots team, right? Because everything becomes compact. And so you sort of have to do some misdirection right here to see if you can't get the Cougars looking.
Okay, we have a flag.
Must have been a late one.
I think it was roughing the passer. We'll wait for the explanation here. But that does appear that it is against Northview. Well, maybe we will not get an explanation, but from what I saw, it looked like a late hit roughing the passer on Northview, so that's half the distance to the goal.
Would that also not be an automatic first down?
I don't think it's automatic because they don't get the yardage.
Because of the distance, yeah, you're right.
But probably more importantly than anything, as we get a timeout here, and I don't mind this timeout. You got to make sure here when you're down this close in a game like this that you've got to execute these plays. But if nothing else on that penalty, you don't lose the down of the incomplete pass. So we will take a quick break and come back as Sullivan East is knocking on the door and trying to get on the board here first.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
Welcome back to Sullivan East. Take a peek at our scoreboard as Elizabethton has jumped on the board against Seymour, Greenville all over Granger, and a tight one with Westridge and Science Hill. Volunteer up early on Cherokee as well. Some very important games, especially in this region, Region 1 4A, with all 8 teams playing against each other this week, which doesn't happen too often.
Chris, I think we're going to try this formation again.
See if they go with Bowman again. Here he comes. It's just thrown backwards. Now that's a fumble, and Deal just has to fall on it back near the 18.
I'm at a little bit of loss right there. I don't know if that was a bobble or that just didn't come out of Blue's hand real well. Okay, I sort of see what they were trying to do.
Yeah, you see it on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay there, and East has gone backwards here with kind kind of been working against themselves. If nothing else, they maybe opened up a little bit of room down here in the red zone. We'll see if they can get in the end zone or if they'll need to call on their kicker, Jose Valencia, for an attempt. This is 3rd and goal. A chance and knocked away again. That is Elijah Elrod at safety, who has knocked away a couple passes intended for Bowman in this game already.
Chris, he would have been in bounds right there.
4th and goal from the 18. Another look here as Lingerfeld tried to drop a dime, but look at the recovery. Oh, Bowman just dropped it. Yep. Maybe give Elrod the credit on just the footsteps, but that ball was right in the breadbasket for Bowman. And it does appear that Sullivan East is going to go for this on 4th and goal from the 18-yard line. There's some pressure on Lingerfeld. Ball thrown up, a chance. Ike Deal, the freshman, his 3rd touchdown of the year, and the Patriots convert.
Great timing right there between the quarterback and the receivers. Deal goes up, is able to high point that ball, and comes down with it. Great start. What an answer on 4th and long by the Patriots.
Those are the types of plays that have to go the way of East if they're going to grab a win tonight. Lingerfeld was under heavy pressure. Northview sent more than East could block, and he just dropped a dime into double coverage. Deal is going to be special. Wow.
Just a jump ball is what that was.
Got a whistle here. Now notice that Valencia's not doing the kicking. Another offside penalty.
We have approached against the white team on the try. We have to listen to the goal, replay down.
There's the man with the touchdown, Ike Deal.
He's going to be a good one too, Chris.
Just a freshman. Really excited about him. This is a Patriot team that's going to have a lot of returners back next year. This is Zach Pearson on for the extra point. And it's pure. So Valencia seemingly unavailable tonight. And the backup, Pearson, punches it through. And Sullivan East has a 7-0 lead against Northview. We will be right back with, all right, let's stay right here as Sullivan East is taking care of business here early, Ron.
Yeah, you know, great play by Deal right there as he's able to get inside leverage. Hey, coming up in the 4th quarter, the Eddie's Trophy's player of the game. Last week was Ron Smith, Westridge, who just provided a great deal of pressure. Had a big sack in that first half, so stay tuned with us tonight. Always one of our home teams, Chris, our Eddie's Trophy player of the game.
That Westridge defense has been playing extremely well. And that's one of the many reasons why folks think they might have a chance against Science Hill tonight.
And boy, would that just not gum up everything in 6A. Should they pull that upset?
Like Deal, you see the touchdown catch there. Nearly came out of his hands there, but that's a big-time play from the freshman to give East a lead.
Of course, we have to go back and look, but this may be their first lead since that Chucky Dope game.
Pearson on the boot. Dies around the 20 and return for Calvin Ferguson. Dances around. That ball came out again late, but luckily went out of bounds for the Cougars. Last time we saw the Cougars on offense, Ron, we saw some big explosive runs, but the drive ended in a fumble. We'll see if Northview can take better care of it.
And we've talked about this already tonight, because they're going to have to watch the eye candy, right? I mean, with this veer, you've got to stop that dive. You stop the dive, and they become more sort of one-dimensional in the running game.
See that late hit there, but the ball trickles out of bounds. And off to Phipps. He's got some room. And a nice open field tackle by Ike Deal. But it is a first down for the Cougars.
And here's the thing right now, Chris, with this dive play, they're going to continue to run this until the Patriots can show they can stop it.
You had it as a key to the game. It was something that stuck out in our conversation with Coach Simmons this week. We have to stop the dive. He said they wanted to get the quarterback out on the edge and make him make plays out there. There's a dive, and you see more as Aiden Metcalf is broken loose. Dancing around, and finally thrown down with 5 or 6 Patriots in the area.
Chris, you've got to control that B gap right there. That looked like it was more of a dive, but that was off tackle right there. And great big gap, too, as you can see it between the two Cougars players. Right across the grain cut there, too.
Good gang tackling there at the end for East, but it is enough for a first down. Obviously, Northview loves to run the football. You've seen that already. They haven't put the ball in the air yet. Another handoff and a spinning move by Phipps to get about 4 more. But this game is so interesting, Ron, because of the differing styles between these teams. I mean, Northview could go a whole game without putting it in the air. East could go a whole game without a traditional handoff.
And the one thing you're going to have to be really careful of if you're the Patriots, you've got to watch this veer as Metcalf goes around off tackle and be aware of the potential for a pass.
A quick handoff. Ooh, that ball nearly came out as a handoff this time to Calvin Ferguson, and he has enough for the first down. Ferguson, kind of the third running back for this team. First and 10. Another quick handoff. Nice job slowing Phipps up. And again, ball out late, but momentum was stopped there for Phipps. He's begging for a flag.
Chris, I think you're going to have to, if you're the Patriots, you're going to have to shift out to a 3 technique right here and try to gum up those 2 B gaps. Much better job right there doing that, by the way, as they push the runner back to the inside, and that's what you've got to do.
Second and 8. Bryson Metcalf under center. Handoff Phipps. And he's inside the 10 before he's finally tackled by Profit. Helmet comes off there. Phipps asking for a face mask penalty.
Hey, just watch right here at this kick out block right here, and it opens up the lane, Chris. There's your kick out block.
That's Metcalf on the block.
Yep. And it just sets the edge.
Metcalf on the move. And the quarterback, Bryson Metcalf, into the end zone as Northview Academy is an extra point away from tying this one up.
We just get a flag, too?
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy down there.
Uh-huh.
We saw Phipps's helmet come off earlier, and he was not happy about it. Maybe a little extra activity there after the score.
Chris, I'm a little bit concerned right now, if you're a Patriots fan, about how easily this Cougars team's been able to run the football.
We had a dead ball, unsporting on number 0, White. That's his first unsporting, and we would take it on the kickoff.
All right, so Bryson Metcalf on the touchdown, and East has elected to take the penalty on the kickoff, which is the wise move to force a longer kickoff. Nice job by Metcalf to get that hold down, as that was kind of a low snap, but the Cougars have tied it up. As you get another look at the touchdown run, Bryson Metcalf, the sophomore quarterback, has us tied all at 7 here in the first quarter.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching. Rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back to Sullivan East. We've got a good ball game shaping up here as both teams with a touchdown on the board, and it's kind of gone a little bit like we expected. Northview Academy has been able to run the ball extremely well, and Sullivan East has passed it extremely well. And these two differing styles have worked against this against the others' defense. And Ron, we were kind of talking about what to expect out of this game, and we're a long ways away. There's still a lot of football to play, but with the way these offenses have had success against the defenses, doesn't it feel like it could be a game where the team that has the ball last might take it home?
Yeah, you sort of got that feeling. You know, Chris, like I said, response right there as they're able to take advantage of the turnover. But I'll tell you, I'm a little bit concerned about just how easily Northview's been able to run the ball down the field. So far right now, Chris, 11 carries, 107 yards for Northview.
Just shy of 10 yards a pop.
Yes.
Fair catch called for as East will settle for the good field position.
Thank you to our stat guy right there for that.
Andrew delivering. That's Will Joyner on the kickoff there, calling for fair catch. And remember, that unsportsmanlike penalty moved Northview back. So this sets up decent field position for the Patriots, who moved it down the field pretty well through the air and converted on that 4th and goal from the 18.
Yeah, Chris, to your point, I kind of almost very early, but you almost feel like this is a punch-counterpunch kind of game, don't you?
Yes, and we've heard Coach Simmons throughout the season say when something does go wrong inevitably for East, they've got to flush it and move on to the next play. That one incomplete for Blue Prophet, who had a step on his defender. Blue Prophet, the top target for this Sullivan East offense. Last year had 720 yards. He's already up over 800 this season.
Chris, I love that concept, though, of a crossing route when you're throwing that many verticals, because you know the middle of the field's going to be open.
In our conversation with Coach Anderson of Northview earlier this week, he said he was a little concerned. His biggest worry was that this Patriots offense might pick his defense apart through the air. We've seen a lot of open guys so far. Lots of pressure. And the screen. I'll tell you what, that's Bentley Key out there, Ron, out of the running back position, but that's 2 misses in a row.
And Chris, I want to tell you, you saw it the same way I did. It was really, really well set up. Look at these blockers out in front right here.
I'm counting 6 Cougars there in the backfield. Key might have been able to make a huge play had that one hit him in the chest. So 3rd and 10. Obviously, on that screenplay, the offensive line is kind of letting those guys through. But another thing that Coach Simmons told us this week that will be crucial in tonight's game, he pretty much said that this offense's success for East is all based upon the play of the offensive line up front. 3rd and 10. Lingerfeld lobs one up, jump ball, and it falls incomplete, as it looked like Calvin Ferguson had a chance at the interception. So 4th down and 10. We saw East have a punt earlier.
Hey, Chris, I want you to watch these 2 linebackers off this stunt right here.
Just coming right at you.
Coming right at you and just overwhelm. The Childers right there doesn't know who to block, right?
Which one do you pick? Now, Lingerfeld had a 4th down earlier where he ran it rather than kick. Here he does kick a low liner, and this will flip the field a little bit as it's down inside the 30.
I'm starting to pick up on what the Cougars are wanting to do here. They've got their 2 middle linebackers, your Sam and your Mike right there. or your Will and your Mike, and they're stacked on top of one another. They're occasionally sending 2, they're occasionally sending 1, they're occasionally dropping 2 back, and it's creating some confusion for the Patriots.
Ultimately, you know, going back to what Coach Anderson was saying, his concern about Lingerfeld picking them apart. Well, the main way to make sure he doesn't do that is you put a lot of pressure in his face. 1st and 10, handoff, and a nice job by East to limit that carry. That's Karsten Toole on the tackle. We've called his name multiple times.
Great, just open field form tackling right there. As you see him just break down in front of him. That is textbook.
Austin Warren also coming in late.
You have got to be sound in your gaps tonight if you're the Patriots.
This is Phipps on the carry, slips a tackle, and finally thrown down. It's Ryan Stiltner on the tackle. This sets up about 3rd and 3 or so, and East has got to try to find a way to get off the field.
Phipps right now, both of these, Metcalf and Phipps, are averaging around 6.5 yards per carry. Kind of makes you wonder how this Cougars team's not picked up more wins in the season.
Phipps had 154 yards rushing against Elizabethton this year. He's very talented. As he gets it here again, has the first down and more as he sprints down the far sideline. Phipps inside the 20, and a great hustle tackle there by Devin Bowman to save a touchdown. Phipps has been impressive. He was our player to watch for Northview tonight. And really, he's just bouncing off of some arm tackles.
You know, in that particular case, Chris, great spot right there for Patriots. He just couldn't make the tackle.
1st and goal, handoff, and Phipps falls into the end zone. The Cougars reward the man who got him down inside the 5 as Northview Academy takes their first lead here with just a minute, less than a minute here in the first quarter. This, to me, Ron, you talked about the turnover earlier with the fumble. You're going to have to steal possessions in this game because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of stopping either offense. Extra point up and good as Cougars take that 7-point lead. We did see the Patriots punt on that last possession, but man, it feels like Northview is going to be able to just run it as much as they want. Here's the touchdown run by Phipps again on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay.
And Chris, I know this almost is going to sound like an oxymoron. You always preach being aggressive on defense. This defense in these gaps right here may have to show just a bit of patience as this running play starts. You know, I had a coach who say you can't always be Harry the hero. In this particular case, you're going to have to allow that play, that running play, to develop a little bit before you commit to it.
Asking for those stats earlier, Ron. Northview Academy now up to 15 rushes on the game, 178 yards, so up over 10 yards a carry, and Keaton Phipps already has 145 yards rushing.
Chris, that's a formula to lose a football game.
And reminder, we're not out of the first quarter yet. He's on pace for almost 600 rushing yards in this game.
But I kind of feel right now, we talked about it on the last drive, I don't mean to repeat myself, but I almost feel like the Patriots got to come up offensively with an answer right here, the way that these Cougars are running the football.
You're going to have to match every time as this kickoff goes out of bounds, and that's going to set up good field position for East once again. All right, stick around at halftime. As always, we've got a lot going on at halftime, but included is our segment with the Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. So be sure to stick around and stay tuned to learn more about our Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week coming up again at halftime. So East with good field position again. Their last drive started at the 40. They ended up having to punt the football. Here they get it at the 35, and we'll see if they can work it down the field and try to tie this thing up. Felt scrambles. And he's got a first down into Cougar territory. Boy, he is is so dangerous with his legs.
And that's a good answer right there by these Patriots. Let's just see if they can't finish this drive off now that they're sort of moderately deep in Cougar territory. And Chris, I'm going to tell you, if I'm the Cougars, I'm not so sure that I'm not figuring out a way to spy on Lingerfeld.
You know, in watching East last year, it was Lingerfeld's first year starting. You go back and look at the stats, he had -20 rushing yards last year because he was under so much pressure. He took a lot of sacks, but up over that 500-yard rushing, that has made a huge difference, especially when plays break down. Lingerfeld will have to try it again, and off that low snap, he's got nowhere to go and just trickles out of bounds for a loss.
We've called his name out already quite a few times, but great play right there by Elijah Elrod. Doesn't make the tackle right, but just forces him further down the field. Watch him right here, Chris. It's going to set up second and very long for these Patriots.
This is kind of the habit, right, is seeing East go backwards. You know, you talk about Northview's offense, they're picking up big chunk plays, but even their smaller plays are going for 3-4 yards.
I will tell you one thing I've seen tonight, I do like out of this line, though, is there's not really been any penalties called on them yet, and they are prone to having penalties just kill drives.
So East wants to talk about it here with a timeout, as that ends up being a 10-yard loss for Lingerfeld there on that sack there, if you will, as it's probably credited to Wade Watkins. So as we get close to the end of the first quarter here, East took the lead early on. Northview had the ball first, drove it down the field, fumbled. East took advantage, got in the end zone, but it's 14 straight points by Northview, who have not put the ball in the air, and it's not quite the same offense that we've seen out of Westridge necessarily. There are a few differences, but similar in style.
Yeah, and you know, we've already talked about it. I will say this, though, Chris, this Patriots team is a team that can get out of 2nd and 20 fairly easily. And let me also add, boy, if I was a Patriots, I would not give up. I know they've run it twice, and they've missed it twice, Chris. I'd not give up on that screen game if I was them, because it's been there.
Hey, 2nd and 20 is sort of is a great time to run a screen, if you ask me. Setting it up. And dangerous throw, intercepted, Aiden Metcalf. I think Northview saw it coming, as Metcalf now sprints inside the 20-yard line, and Northview has a chance to go up by a couple scores here. There were several white jerseys around that screen.
You just made my point, which I was getting ready to say. Chris, you've got to throw that ball away. You have got to eat that right there.
Look at all the guys sprinting.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Triple coverage right there. You just can't do that if you're Lingerfeld.
Oh, Northview Academy had that play read right out of the timeout. Hand off to Phipps. I mean, the recognition right from the jump. I think it was Wade Watkins that just was on a dead sprint all the way across the field to get over there. And that will end the first quarter, as Northview Academy is knocking on the door here, as they lead this one 14-7. As we take a break here in the first quarter, let's throw it down to the sideline. Hope's got an interview for us.
We're here with Coach Forrester, and he's the new head coach for the swim team. So why don't you tell us how you got into this position?
So about 6 years ago, I started doing assistant coach here. I went here, graduated in '91, and I swam here myself. And so I started doing the assistant, and I've been doing that for 6 years. And this year, when the head coach retired, I applied for her job, and they gave it to me.
Well, that's awesome. That's very exciting. So you've been with the team for many years now. So what is the team looking like this year?
this year is amazing. For the first time ever, we have a middle school program. So we will have a feeder program on top of ours. They have about 35 kids. I have 19 kids. And so altogether, we've got a real good program, and things are looking good this year. We're very excited about it.
That is very exciting. So what meets and events do you guys have coming up that you're excited about?
The first thing we've got coming up is what they call a sprint meet, which is fun because it's half the distances of normal swim meets. So it goes really, really fast. Only have to do tiny little amounts. So that's going to be really interesting. But they say there's going to be about 300 swimmers at that meet. And that's at the Aquatic Center in Kingsport. And that's our first meet on Thursday, November 6th.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Okay, well, that's really great. Well, I'm sure you guys will have a great season, and congratulations on being the new head coach. And thank you. Thank you for being down here with us.
Thank you.
Start of the second quarter as the Cougars are knocking on the door here, trying to take a 2-score lead. On second down, this is Phipps. Reaches across. And a touchdown, the second one of the night for Keaton Phipps. He had 2 touchdowns coming into tonight. He's doubled it. So the Northview Academy rushing attack continues to be productive as you see Phipps get it quickly and head towards the end zone. Joaquin Jimenez on for the extra point. And it's pure as Northview Academy has a 21-7 lead. And Ron, I've got to mention this. How many times have we talked to Coach Simmons this year where they allow one play to kind of dictate how things go? They had the interception. Now Northview's capitalized on it, and it's getting in danger territory.
Hey, look at this push right here as it just opens up. Chris, you've got to have somebody, I've said it already, you've got to have somebody in that 3 technique if you're East. Right there. I know it sounds odd, but right now, if you're the Patriots, you're just wanting to gum all that up, right? You're almost wanting to create kind of a scrum, if you will. But when you're shooting up and you're not playing into those gaps and taking gap responsibilities, making it way too easy on this Cougars team.
You certainly expect East to maybe have some adjustments here with the way that Northview has been able to run the ball up and down the field. Remember, the only time that Northview has not scored on a drive was that fumble on the first drive, and they were inside the red zone when that occurred. So they're moving the ball at will right now on the ground against this East team, and it feels like at this point, if you're East, you're down 2 scores. You're going to have to steal another possession somehow, whether it's right before half and get the ball back to try to notch this thing back up. Kickoff collected and a fair catch called for, as Northview is not very interested in sending it deep to East on the kickoffs. Important to remember that Northview did get the ball first. I know we're not quite near the half yet, but again, you've got to start finding ways with how well Northview is moving the ball on the ground. You've got to find a way, whether it be the turnover or doubling up at halftime, to get a possession back and get this back to a back-and-forth game. Obviously, East's offense is explosive. Quick throw out of the backfield and just wide for Bowman. And a couple misses from Lingerfeld here.
Yeah, he just needs to calm down just a little bit. Yeah, Chris, I almost feel like, and you can sort of understand why, you know, it's been an issue with the offensive line as far as pressure goes. He didn't have it that time. Take just a moment, collect yourself, and drive the football out there.
And how often do you see quarterbacks, again, it's been a tough year, 0-8. I noticed when East was running on the field just how animated Lingerfeld was. I think everybody in this East community feels like this is a game they can win, maybe sometimes pressing a little too hard at once.
Yeah, I agree with that. Calm down just a little bit.
10, Lingerfeld floats, Profit, but it's intercepted. This is Calvin Ferguson on the return. Still on his feet, and Ferguson takes the interception to the end zone.
Chris, a previous interception that we saw, he was throwing into 3 guys, right? If my eyes didn't fool me, I don't want to go super negative on this Patriots team, right? I think I counted 4 guys that time.
3 at least.
There were 3.
And then,
that other guy came over,
trailing, yeah. And Lingerfeld took a shot on that attempt. He walked off the field slowly with a little help. So keep that in mind for the rest of this one as well. Kick up and good by Jimenez. And Northview has taken advantage of the mistakes for Sullivan East as they lead this one 28-7. We'll take a break and be right back.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
Welcome back to Sullivan East. Northview has scored 28 consecutive points here in the first half, and they've done it rather quickly as well. East led this game 7-0, and Northview has scored 28 in a row, and that has seemed to be sort of a trend with this team. We were here for the Chucky Doak game. We saw East go up early, and then Chucky Doak went on a run just like this.
Well, you know, this is a Cougars team right now, Chris, that just looks a step faster right now. So if I'm over there on the sideline for the Patriots, I'm just telling my entire team, hey, just take a breath, guys. Just take a moment. We're not out of this game. Collect yourself. Let's see if we can't march the ball back down the field.
Well, we got coming up at halftime. Be sure to stick around to see both bands perform, Northview and Sullivan East, as well as our Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. Now, we got a little tip, an insider tip coming into the game today that we might see a little bit of a wrinkle from this East offense. Well, here's the wrinkle. Freshman quarterback Brady Burke is in the backfield. Peyton Lingerfeld is also on the field out at wide receiver. They throw it to him. That is a fumble. It should have been. But I guess they called it incomplete. So we were told we might see Burke and Lingerfeld on the field at the same time. That certainly looked like a double pass play there.
And you know, there's some Cougars coaches over there on the sideline right now looking for some explanation, and I don't blame them.
Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
So obviously with it being called incomplete on the field, there's no loss of yardage there on the play.
See if they stay in this, Chris.
Well, Burke has come off the field now, so a little more of a traditional look, but we were told we could see both quarterbacks on the field at the same time. Lingerfeld takes the reins back here on 2nd down. Screen look and nice tackle. Pass complete to Deal. That's Calvin Ferguson, who was all over that, and Ferguson just had that interception touchdown.
Yeah, very well played by the Cougars right there. And for a moment, Chris, that looked like it was going to be some yardage there, but great just tackle right there by Ferguson.
Ferguson, a really solid player. He's done it on the ground. You see him carry it a little bit for Northview. He can catch it out of the backfield as well. And obviously you've seen his defensive prowess on display. 3rd down. Lingerfeld. Lots of pressure, still up on his feet. And finally out of bounds.
There was a bit of a horse collar at the end of that play that did not get called.
Going to be close to a 1st down here. I think he's a little short.
Chris, that was darn near miraculous what he did right there.
Yes. feel like at this point, with the way your defense is playing, and
why not?
You gotta go for it.
Yep.
You gotta keep stealing possessions if you can. Oh, that'll work.
There you go.
That's one way to combat an aggressive defense right there.
And we've seen Lingerfeld do that a couple times this season, and he's pretty good at that. It's just a hard count. You could see him open his mouth right there and try to pull, and he did. That's one of the coaches on the sideline go, watch the football.
At this point, this Northview team's got their ears pinned back, trying to get after Lingerfeld. That does result in a first down off the penalty. Sullivan East just needs to kind of stop the bleeding here. Touchdown would do wonders. Long ball to Profit. And he comes up with it. There is a flag on the play.
This may be pushing off.
And I'm wondering if they might get Profit for this. He did come free at the last second.
First and 10.
It's Lake Phillips in coverage there for Northview.
Looking for that close-up and see if we've got that view right there. I mean,
Phillips was convinced that it was a push-off from Profit. So the officials come together.
We had pass interference on the defense. That penalty will be declined. It's a first down.
It certainly wasn't one way. Saw him fighting there. Another peek here on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay.
Well, to your point too, Chris, you know, you got sort of that hand jostling going on, and that push wasn't nearly as bad. When I looked at that second angle we just provided to you all, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was.
Patriots on the move. Another one. Profit. Oh my, wow. Blue Profit. Down inside the 1. The lights go off, but it's not a touchdown yet.
And that's just the basic fade route, and you know, just acknowledgement right there to the athletic ability of Blue Profit to be able to adjust and make that play. Because Chris, the reality of it is right here, the Cougars had that covered pretty well.
A little helmet catch action there from Blue.
But boy, what an answer this would be by the Patriots.
Oh yeah, you got to stop the bleeding here, get in the end zone, regroup a little bit. Kind of an odd formation here for Sullivan East. What do you call this? 6 wide? Lingerfeld runs right, and it's going to lose yards on the play. We've certainly seen East get very creative in this game. We've seen a couple trick plays. They're throwing it all against the wall.
Yeah. I'm not sure right there that ball wasn't designed to go to Blue Profit, and I think Lingerfeld saw something he didn't like out there and just decided to keep it and see what he could pick up.
Normally you got the ball inside the 1, you think line it up and run it, but Lingerfeld's been your best runner. Lingerfeld throws incomplete. Looked like he was intending to go to Neal there, or he missed Bowman on the out route.
Yeah, I just wonder if Bowman right there was trying to turn that back inside, just ran out of room. We'll bring up 3rd and goal right here.
It is so crucial for East to get in the end zone right here. Lined up in a tight end type spot here. And oh, he dropped it. Had him open. Phillips in coverage. And that brings up a pretty important play here in the first half. 4th and goal from the 3.
Chris, he has leverage right here on that little dig, and it's there.
And he is normally so sure-handed too.
You know, Chris, you can draw up the very best plays, but if you can't execute them, it doesn't matter.
Here we go. 4th and goal. Lingerfeld in trouble. Looking to create. Scanning, floats it up. A one-handed catch. Blue Prophet saves the day.
And I think that was the case right there where Blue Prophet came off of his route. I don't know if we'll ever get to see all that with all that running around that Lingerfeld did. But I think he comes back off of his route because he was more towards the corner of the end zone, comes back. Lingerfeld sees him, and once again, the adjustment.
Are you kidding me right now? What a play. And you know when Lingerfeld's in trouble, what number he's looking for in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as he saw one.
Oh, he definitely broke off his route. Chris. And one-handed pulled that into his body.
That's a senior making a play on senior night to keep this game close. Extra point, up and good. And for now, East has found an answer. 4th down and goal on both touchdowns.
Yep. And boy, Chris, I tell you, we've seen it now a couple times. Just the ability to adjust and move and high point and the athletic ability. We talked about it this week with Coach Simmons. Chris, somebody's going to give this kid a chance at the next level.
Certainly. All right, it's time for our Chick-fil-A Employee Spotlight. This is Hayden Pearson, who's a junior at Sullivan East. And as you can see, Hayden is involved in a lot here at Sullivan East High School. Wants to play golf in college. And she likes herself a spicy cool wrap with mac and cheese from Chick-fil-A. So Hayden Pearson, our Chick-fil-A Spotlight here tonight. So now, Ron, we go back to this. 2-score game. Another look here on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay. Blue Prophet.
Look at the one hand. You know, I believe if memory serves me right, I know Emory and Henry is definitely on that kid's list. There's definitely some other schools. And if you want to send a reel to somebody to say, look what I can do, it might be right there.
He's a gamer. He's caught by one of the up men. And tackle made around the 35. Nicely done.
Austin Warren involved right there in tackling a couple other Patriots. And now, Chris, you've got to have a stop.
So what we're going to be keeping an eye on here is, will East make any defensive adjustments against this Northview rushing attack? Coach Simmons said it on our call. Stop the dive, stop the dive, stop the dive. They have not stopped the dive. And if they can't stop that first option and force the quarterback to kind of keep it and get out on the edge, it's going to be a long night.
And Chris, what I've been so impressed by is the fact that this Cougars team has been able to do this without a lead blocker. Most time when you have a dive, you also have ISO elements, and I've not seen that tonight so far.
Look at this unbalanced line here. Dive Phipps, more room, more space for Phipps, who breaks a tackle. Phipps racing towards the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. Have a night, Keaton Phipps.
Got a flag on that. I'm not sure that's going to be celebration or what that call's going to be. But Chris, we've talked about this all night long, and it's just an issue of that C gap right there and the kick out, and it just opens up. And how about the broken tackles tonight, Chris?
Just bouncing off people.
Yep.
And most of them have been arm tackles.
We have a touchdown on the play. After the play, we have a dead ball, excessive celebration, number 7.
So it looks like East will take that penalty on the kickoff, as we've seen them do. Jimenez for the extra point, a low one, but it sneaks over. Look, Ron, hey, East can go down and score as much as they want, but until they can get a stop, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, Chris, what the over-under would have been tonight, but boy, you should have bought over.
All right, with a bit of a break here, it's time for our lineman versus lineman segment, something we've been having a lot of fun with this year, and this time we're going to double it up with twins Noah and Jacob Sloan. There's some more Texas Roadhouse flavor. We've seen that quite a bit on our lineman versus lineman. So the Sloan twins on one side, the juniors, and Matt Lampkins, a Sullivan East graduate, 2013, one of BTES's journeyman linemen, 8th year working with BTES, and he likes, Hickory Tree Grocery. And there's a pull. There's a pull for a Sullivan East boy. You see one of the twins there, Jacob Sloan.
We've seen a lot of sushi this season too, though.
Sushi, Texas Roadhouse. Yep. Hey, this is a new segment, but maybe we need to get the lineman segment sponsored by one of those common ones next year. What do you think?
Look at you working behind the lines, man.
Hey,
trying to pull some food in.
I'll make the call, you know. Just tell me who I need to call.
Well, the director around here has told me he's taking me out for sushi. I'm just waiting for that, man.
Oh, really? Okay, well, enjoy. So Northview Academy has yet another kickoff from the 25 after the unsportsmanlike penalty. Short kickoff and a fair catch at the 45. Yeah, that's our producer, Chris, pops in the ear. He's feeling a little guilty that he invited you out and didn't invite me out. So he popped in my ear and said he's going to have to take me somewhere too, I guess. All right, so East gets it back at their own 45. We've seen some highlight plays out of this East offense. And at this point, they're just going to have to keep scoring to keep up and hope that they can find a way to get a stop on this Northview rushing attack. And another funky formation here for East with Blue Prophet snapping to Peyton Lingerfeld. And that did not work very well. Nice job by Lake Phillips on the tackle.
Chris, we've seen that a couple times, right? And remind me, has it worked tonight? I don't know that it has. It may be something the Patriots want to stick in their pocket for another week.
Well, I think when we saw the first play that they ran on what was kind of that jet sweep with Bowman, I think that one had some potential, but it was stopped on an offside penalty.
Yep.
Then we saw it again where they flipped it out to Deal, and it was a fumble and got away, and they lost 8 or 9. I mean, they've lost a lot of yardage.
And I'm sure Simmons saw something on tape. He felt as though that he could exploit the Cougars on something.
Yeah, just getting creative, trying to find something that will work. So now you're in a hole again on second down, and now Lingerfeld's again under heavy pressure, running for his life. And there's a flag.
Yep.
So late hit. Wow, we're going to get several flags thrown in here.
And boy, we've seen this tonight out of this Cougars team. You know, they're a little bit undisciplined at times.
We have a dead ball foul at the end of the play, a late hit out of bounds, be 15 yards, have a first down.
Well, that's one way to get out of second and long, isn't it?
You know, Chris, that's the old expression, right? There's a fine line between being aggressive and silly. And that right there was just silly. Wow. That pressure just straight up the gut.
Yeah, I think that's probably that extra shove there after he was in the white. That was called on Aiden Metcalf.
Lingerfeld was able to keep his balance, right? I get that. If he'd have slipped and fought, it would look egregious.
Yeah. So it's not enough for the first down because they needed a lot more than 15 yards. They needed 19. So now second and short. Lingerfeld surveying his options. Finds an open man, Riley Neal at the 35. And wrestled down just inside the 35-yard line.
And we've talked about that several times tonight with those vertical routes that the middle of the field could be open. And anytime, though, you know, you've got Lingerfeld running all over the place, it's difficult as a defense to sort of keep track of him and the receivers.
Nice job by Lingerfeld to find Neal open in space. I mean,
you'd love to know how many of those are design routes and how much of this is receivers just breaking off their routes to come back and help Lingerfeld.
I mean, the more he runs around, somebody's going to break open at some point. First down. Lingerfeld dances some more. Now takes off. And again, a nice run by Lingerfeld. I think he might have picked up the first. It's going to be close. Maybe a yard shy.
You know, we said already tonight, before the season start, he had nearly 499 rushing yards, and he's added to that total quite a bit tonight.
Hard not to be impressed with Lingerfeld, honestly. I mean, I know he's thrown a couple interceptions in the game, but none of this success on offense happens without him extending plays. Sometimes tucking and running, and then sometimes just floating it up to his big targets. More pressure in his face. That's a face mask. Yep.
Wow.
Phipps with the celebration there, but it's coming back.
It's going to be for naught. Chris, if you're the Patriots, I'm waiting for the call right here.
During the play, we had a face mask against the white team, be a 15-yard penalty.
Chris, I counted 7 guys right there that they sent. 7 that created pressure. You see the face mask right there. Patriots have got to do something to get that rush to slow down.
Well, and if you're East, the way you like to run your offense, you're not really playing with a tight end much. You're playing with those 5 guys up on the line. So if you're Northview, you pretty much know anytime you want to send more than 5, you're going to have a free rusher. They don't have a back in there much of the time as well to pick up those blocks.
And maybe it's just some quick outs right here by the Patriots. You know, you get single coverage on the boundary and see what your receiver can do.
Much of the pressure has come, as you said, Ron, right up the middle in those A-gaps. Here they come walking up, and here they come again. Lingerfeld, quick release. And Profit the intended target, but incomplete.
Blake Phillips right there with the coverage. Behind the receiver. Lucky that wasn't an interception.
Yeah, Profit got a hand on it. We do have a stoppage here, which allows us to take a look at some of the other scores in the area, and a tight game with Westridge and Science Hill in the 3rd quarter. Greenville, as expected, all over Granger, and that Cherokee Volunteer game likely for the 3rd seed in Region 1 4A playoffs. Of course, normally have Tennessee High on our scoreboard, but they are on a bye this week, and they will finish up their season against Daniel Boone next week. They've already secured a home playoff spot.
You might be looking at that Elizabeth and Seymour game and thinking, boy, that's kind of close. It's in the 1st quarter. I'm going to tell you, Seymour with Madden Guffey back at quarterback is an improved team this season.
Seymour beat this Northview team last week 50-22.
Yep, that tells you a lot right there. There's another kid, despite his size, Madden Guffey's probably 5'10", 5'11", but a school's going to give him an opportunity.
I'll tell you what, in preparing for this game, watch that Seymour Northview game from last week. He is fun to watch.
Yes, he is. He's creative, isn't he?
He's everything you thought of as a lefty quarterback. He's just got that lefty quarterback vibe, accurate, smooth.
It just looks different coming out, doesn't it?
He does.
And you know what's so weird about that, Chris, is the ball spins backwards out of his hands. I always thought as a receiver, boy, that's got to be tough.
More 5 wide here on 2nd down. Lingerfeld takes off. Lingerfeld just shy of the goal line. And another good run sets up 1st and goal. If you're East here, 4 minutes on the clock. You're trying to drain this down and get in the end zone and not leave much time.
Yeah, boy, yes, and then some.
I mean, granted, you know, you can only run 40 seconds or so if you get in on this first play, but you've got to find a way to steal a possession. East gets it back to start the second half.
And you know, for Northview right there, that was just a case of them guessing wrong in which way they thought Lingerfeld was going to roll out.
Snap, a handoff, and a touchdown for Sullivan East as Karsten Toole into the end zone, the junior, and the Patriots are on the board. Make it 35-20. Little surprise there, a handoff. You haven't seen that much from Sullivan East, and it works.
And this is nothing but just inside zone right here, right? Easy handoff, and you have this wall of three, and he's able to just power himself into the end zone. Great call right there.
Hey, talk about the offensive line. Good block there as that extra point goes in. Ryan Stiltner had the block to open that up for Toole to get in the end zone. Look, if East can get a stop and get the ball back to start the second half, I mean, there's still a lot of time left by all measures here in the second quarter, but let's say if you can go into halftime down 2 scores and you come out and score on that first drive of the second half, we got a ball game. So, all right, we'll take a break and have the final 334 coming up right after this.
The BTES Water Heater Maintenance Program is free. Join the more than 17,000 customers who participate in the program, and BTES will install a free load management device on your water heater. In exchange, participants receive free maintenance service calls. If you need a new water heater, you will receive free delivery and installation of the water heater and free emergency service calls, and your participation helps keep your electric rates low. Ready to sign up? Visit btes.net.
Welcome back to Sullivan East. It's Gridiron Game Day. Ron Marvel alongside myself, Chris Mangrum. We've got Hope Godsey down on the sidelines. We appreciate you spending part of your Friday evening with us here in what is our final regular season game of the year for Gridiron Game Day, as Sullivan East is looking to snap that 15-game losing streak. Kickoff, bounces, and nice tackling there from Sullivan East.
Good coverage right there as a slew of Patriots. Well, that's an overused word in football, isn't it? A slew.
A slew?
Of Patriots come down.
I was going to say, I thought it sounded pretty original, Ron, just to be honest. I hear a flock a lot.
A flock.
A flock. A host.
What's a group of Patriots?
You lost me.
Okay, I stumped you on that one. It have to be some kind of military term, right?
Yes. Can we say well, we can't say Pats.
A platoon of Patriots.
Okay, so a flag against Sullivan. Oh, wait, did they point in the wrong direction? Yes, they did. I think the official pointed towards East, but it's actually on Northview. So we've seen a couple of these personal fouls. Now can Sullivan East get a stop? An update, Keaton Phipps, total rushing numbers in the first half so far. 13 carries, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
It's over 20 yards a carry, Chris. It's ridiculous. I'm going to have to figure somebody else that's going to beat me besides for Keaton Phipps if I'm the Patriots.
Hand off. This is Metcalf, and now he's loose. And look out. Aiden Metcalf, a foot race with Bowman. Another one-play drive, a touchdown for Northview Academy as Aiden Metcalf all the way to the end zone.
And Chris, I'm going to tell you something right now, and you're not going to believe what's getting ready to come out of my mouth. The Patriots guessed right. And it was just so happened to be. They shoot the guy into the gap that's supposed to be there. He's right there. He's just a step quicker. They thought C gap, it was C gap.
Extra point up and good as Northview, wow, what a rushing performance for this Cougars team. Now, speaking of here on campus at East, they've been seeing some recent improvements around the school. Hope, can you tell us a little more?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of exciting work happening around Sullivan East lately. The school's been making some great improvements all around campus, all part of an ongoing effort to keep things very fresh and welcoming. So next up, they're going to be adding some very similar updates in and around the gym, really trying to work on creating a fun, energetic atmosphere for the students and the whole community. So it's all about building a place everyone can be proud of and truly feels like somewhere that truly feels special whenever you walk in.
I tell you, their basketball here at Sullivan East with the history and John Dyer, those games are rocking in that Dyer Dome sometimes.
Chris, let me just remind everybody who's listening tonight, you and I had this discussion with Coach Anderson. Keaton Phipps tore his ACL last year. They knew he was going to be extremely good as a freshman. They were aware of that. They weren't sure they were even going to have him back because that injury was so bad. But, boy, he did the work, and it's paying off. He's going to be special.
Dynamic 1-2 punch. And Metcalf and Phipps. There's a kickoff return as Bowman tries to cross the field here.
Oh, wow.
Tackled by the hand.
Don't see that often. He's brought down by Elijah Cates right there. And you almost have to feel like that would be rather painful.
Don't see that too often.
It nearly looks... Well, kind of awkward there,
yes.
Chris.
He got up a little slow as well.
Talk about something tearing a ligament in the shoulder. One play, 80 yards. That's a definition of efficiency, right?
We've seen a lot of it. Lingerfelt. This is much like we've seen all night. Just nowhere to go.
He's still slow getting up.
I don't blame him. He's been all over this field. He's dealt with low snaps.
Oh, yeah.
Lingerfelt, we saw him, I guess, a couple drives back. He kind of walked off, got limped off there. But he's toughing through it.
Yeah, Coach Simmons shared with us, too, that he's getting a lot of looks from some schools as well. And no doubt, when he has time, he's very talented throwing the football.
Lingerfelt again.
Better pocket that time.
Much better. Oh, jump ball and a free ball. Interception for Calvin Ferguson. That's his second tonight. He's already returned one for a touchdown, and Northview has another chance here. I mean, they've got a shot to get close to 50 here in the first half.
Wow.
Like he was going for Neal there, but this defensive backfield, like we said, Coach Anderson was worried a little bit that East might just pick them apart down the field, and we've seen a little bit of that success, but already 3 interceptions here in the first half for this Northview defense.
Yeah, you almost get the feeling they're kind of sitting on routes right now, Chris, and you got to get them out of that.
Eyes in the backfield, right?
Yep.
And a timeout for Northview. I think the play clock was winding down. They were a little late getting out on the field. All right. Final 2 minutes coming up here in the first half. We'll be right back here on Gridiron Game Day.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back on a chilly night here at Alumni Field at Sullivan East. Bundle up, courtesy of Buc-ee's, by the way.
Chris,
it is
right now,
a cold game. Go ahead.
Yeah, David Crockett up right now in the Musket Bowl. 17-7 as Crockett looks to grab one of those other playoff spots in 5A, Region 1.
Nice job there by East.
Much better job.
Well, much better than a one-play touchdown drive, right? Good job in the backfield. Andrew Davison in the area. I think that was Ferguson on the carry.
Davison this year, 54 tackles. He's been played very well in that middle linebacker, Mike linebacker spot.
Phipps again. McDuffie got a piece of him there, and Will Joyner in on the tackle as well. Both these teams are pretty young football teams. Coach Anderson told us he's got a lot of freshmen and sophomores starting on both sides of the ball, which is why their record is at 2-6. This is a team that made the playoffs last year behind the arm of their quarterback, Mason Phillips. But this East team, even though they're young. They were much younger last year. They had a lot of sophomores. A lot of sophomores playing key roles, but now they're a very junior-heavy team. Collision there in the backfield and swing around for a dance before Ferguson hits the ground. Under a minute left in the first half.
Yeah, Metcalf kind of jumped right up there and gave Phipps a head nod right there, like, okay, that one's on me.
Miscommunication, perhaps.
$63 points scored in this half of football, and it's not over yet.
Reverse as Phipps hit in the backfield. Nice job by East pursuit there. Northview seems content to, they do call a timeout. Thought they were going to let the half run out here. You'll see a little throw, a little maybe Hail Mary action here. First passing attempt of the night.
Is Zach Pearson on that tackle?
Pretty good discipline there
by
East on that road. I mean, that could have been a huge play. Let's see it again on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay. You got it. Zach Pearson on the tackle.
And Chris, what I like right there is the discipline, because they went with the run. They didn't get caught up in all that misdirection with your blocks all going down in one direction.
Oh, and how easy would it be with how well Northview's run the ball to go after that first action? You know?
Yes.
We'll see. Well, about a little traditional shotgun. Well, no, he's okay. He's under center. I didn't see him there. He was hiding. You may see Bryson Metcalf put it in the air, and I will say he can throw it.
He can throw it.
Here it comes. Metcalf zips. Oh, tipped up, intercepted. Austin Warren. Can he make something happen? No. Now, the clock did run out, but there should have been some time left, but that was quite the interception there on the tip drill by Austin Warren.
I think there's a second, Chris.
There should be.
I'm just trying. The official still in the middle of the field.
Oh, no, they're saying it's half.
Oh, okay.
Off one hand, off another, and how about a one-handed pick there?
We call that the Oski drill in football.
Oski. Well, the officials held.
I think they're still talking about it a little bit, but I don't see them.
Well, there certainly would have been 1 or 2 seconds left, for sure. But we don't have replay. That's offensive coordinator Stan Bedwell. He's the offensive coordinator. Of course, he's going to beg for a few seconds. All right, we'll take a break and get ready for halftime festivities coming here at Sullivan East.
In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the spirit of community runs deep, Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services has been a cornerstone in our area for almost 80 years. Founded in 1945, BTES began with a simple mission: to bring reliable electricity to every home and business in Bristol. Through decades of dedication, innovation, and unwavering service, we've powered dreams and brightened lives. Today, we stand as a testament of progress, offering state-of-the-art services while honoring our rich legacy. Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, our community's trusted resource for energy and connectivity. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Welcome back to halftime here at Sullivan East. Cougars leading the Patriots 42-21, and it's that time. We're getting prepared for halftime as we'll see the Northview Academy Band perform here live at Alumni Field.
Northview Academy Band may take the field in competition.
We have powerful potential in our that we may direct.
Doing what's meaningful to you, what helps others, what makes a difference in this world. The great American story. Young people just like you, following their passions, determined to meet the times on their own terms. your nation. You may have setbacks, you may have failures, but you're not even getting started. How about a long shot?
Earlier this week, I got the chance to talk to this week's Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week, Karsten Toole. So let's go take a look at that.
I'm here with this week's Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week, Karsten Toole. Karsten, thank you so much for being here with us today. And first off, I just wanted to ask what all you're involved in here at.
I play football, baseball. I'm in the National Honor Society Beta Club. I race go-karts. We have 2 late model cars. I make Christmas wreaths in the holidays. I help my dad with his landscaping company, Toll Brother Services, so I'm pretty busy.
Wow, yeah, obviously you've got a lot going on inside and outside of school. So you mentioned that you're on the baseball team, and I know that baseball season's coming up. So what are you looking forward to for the season?
I'm looking forward to a good season. We got a new coach last year, Christian Taylor. I think he's going to be a pretty good coach. I'm looking forward to see what he's going to put in and how the season's going to go.
So you also mentioned that you race go-karts. So what is that about? How did you get into that?
So my grandpa has been in racing for about probably 50 years, I'd say. He can't get away from it. So about 5 years ago, we got go-karts. He got me into the go-karts when I was about 10, and I've been racing go-karts. And then here over the last year, we bought 2 late model cars, and we plan on racing those. So it's going to be fun. We raced this past weekend and finished 5th, which it's an older car, so I'm excited to see how we do.
Yeah, well, that's really fun. That's interesting too. Well, that's awesome. So you also mentioned that you help your dad a lot with landscaping. So how long have you been doing that for?
I've been working with my dad since I was 10. He owns Toll Brother Services. We mow, landscape. We do snow removal in the winter time. So it's a lot, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's great. So you also mentioned that you make Christmas wreaths. So, you know, the holiday seasons are coming up. So what all do you do with that?
So in the holidays, I make Christmas wreaths. My great-grandpa owned a Christmas tree lot in Bristol. He taught my dad how to make Christmas wreaths, and my dad taught me how to make them, and now I make them and sell them. I like doing it. It's a family tradition, so it's fun.
You're a junior right now, so you've got senior year coming up next year. What are you looking forward to for senior year?
I mean, I'm looking forward to senior year, but at the same time, it's bittersweet. You know, it's coming to an end, all the sports. I don't really know where I want to go to college, maybe something in engineering. I'm pretty invested in the dual enrollment machine tool program with Coach Gray, and we'll see where that goes. So.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, I'm sure you'll do great things in the future, and thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on being this week's Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week.
Thank you.
Sullivan East High School Patriot Regiment, you may now take the field for your performance.
All right, that was a great performance from the band, and it was also great speaking to Karsten, the Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. He's a really impressive student in and outside of school. And now we're here with Phil, and he is the Student Resource Officer here at East, and he's also the Women's Flag Football Coordinator. So can you tell us a little bit about what the Women's Flag Football team is doing and all of that stuff?
Yeah, so this has been going on about the 4th year now. We do a women's flag football game. It's a fundraiser for softball. We do a tournament style bracket. It's done divided by grade level, so the freshmen will play a team and so on. And then there'll be elimination games, and then we'll have an in-school game for the championship.
Awesome. So when is the game? When did that start?
So the elimination games will be Monday the 27th at 7 p.m. The seniors will play the freshmen, and the juniors will play the sophomores right after that. And then Friday the 31st, during school, we'll have the championship game.
Awesome. And who all can come to this?
So it's open to anybody. It's a $3 admission. All the proceeds will go to the softball team to raise money for upcoming tournaments and equipment we may need for the upcoming season.
Awesome. Well, that all sounds very exciting. And thank you so much for coming down here with us today. And we really appreciate you. And we're going to be back after this.
Energy. There's more to it than keeping the lights on. Because we're served by public power, owned by the people who live here, and charged with one purpose: helping our communities thrive. Together, we support what matters to us, like more job opportunities, protected lands, and local education. You see, it's about more than power. It's about how we use our energy for a better tomorrow. That's community energy.
Welcome back. It is halftime here at Sullivan East, 42-21 our score. Lots of points in that first half. If you like offense, this is the game for you. And now we'll take a look at some of those big-time plays. It was East who got on the board first. This was 4th down and goal, and Ike Deal said, "Give me that."
Good jump ball route right there by Deal.
See Bryson Metcalf get into the end zone, and this is a common theme here as you see Northview getting in the end zone on the ground. In fact, they only put it in the air one time in the first half, and it was an interception.
Yeah, their ability to just run up tackle right there, Chris, has just been so impressive. Phipps, oh my goodness, where to start with him?
Calvin Ferguson returns that interception for a touchdown for Northview. 3 interceptions thrown by Lingerfelt in that first half, and here was the exciting play of the first half for East. Watch Blue Prophet.
That one-handed catch is about as good as you'll see at the high school level right there.
And then this guy, Keaton Phipps. He was our player to watch coming into tonight. And what did he do in the first half? 15 carries, 233, and 3 tutties.
Well, I've known a lot of players in high schools who don't have those kind of stats for an entire season.
Sure.
And he's put on a display tonight.
Karsten Toole into the end zone for East there. And then it was the other member of that two-headed monster in the backfield, Aiden Metcalf, the brother of the starting quarterback, Bryson Metcalf, who got himself a touchdown as well.
Now, I will say this, Chris, from what I saw, that final time that the Cougars had the ball, that was perhaps the best defensive stance as far as patience in the gaps and a gap assignment that I've seen out of the Patriots tonight. Let's see if they can extend that into the second half.
See the numbers from the first half, all the rushing yards. That's a lot of rushing yards in a half, especially for the Cougars, but they didn't really need to put it in the air. Really, the only thing you could say for the Cougars was how many penalties they committed, and it kind of pushed them backwards, but obviously not enough to make it a 21-point lead.
Yeah, Chris, and I guess the other stat that sort of stood out to me a little bit right there was 0 for 5 on 3rd down by the Patriots. You've got to have better than that in that conversion rate.
And frankly, East has kind of shot themselves in the foot going backwards. And
yes.
the 3rd down, I mean, it's hard to pick up 3rd down when it's 3rd and long.
Yes, and to your point, yes, a number of them were probably 3rd and over 10 yards.
And 2 of their 3 touchdowns came on 4th down and goal. So, imagine if you don't convert those,
yes,
how bad it is here in the first half.
A lot more lopsided. But let's see if the Patriots right here come out with an answer. Let's see if we can't push this game to the fourth quarter.
Well, the Patriots will get the ball first, which is a good start. We had kind of floated around the idea of if the Patriots could make it a 2-score game, maybe get a score, they're within 7 perhaps, but down 21, this first drive is crucial to if they're going to be able to make this a game or not.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the Patriots maybe mix it up a little bit. A whole lot of jump balls that first half, if we're being honest. Let's see if we can't get the football a little bit quicker, better pressure or containment up front by the offensive line. And let's see if we can get the ball a little bit quicker out of Lingerfeld's hands in the second half.
Short kickoff, hops into the hands of Devin Bowman. He's got some speed, but goes to the corner, goes out of bounds. So, outside of the turnovers, the Sullivan East offense has not been the issue.
No.
But we've seen wrinkles, we've seen trick plays.
Broken tackles.
And we're going to see that wrinkle back here again as Grady Burke is going to take the first snap at quarterback for Sullivan East, the freshman, with Peyton Lingerfeld also on the field. We saw this in the first half, a throw out to Lingerfeld that was ruled incomplete. So we'll see if this formation works. You're looking at the future quarterback here for East, although Lingerfeld, of course, just a junior. Confusion here on this first snap. There's Burke. Goes downfield. Oh, Devin Bowman had it in his hands.
And Chris, we've had some drops by these Patriots, the first half. Yeah. And boy, you've got to clean that up if you're these receivers for the Patriots. Now, let me just add one more thing too. If I'm Coach Anderson, one thing I'm talking to my Cougars is they had some undisciplined play, some unsportsmanlike, some hitting out of bounds, some stuff like that. You've got to clean that up too if you're the Cougars.
I just can't help but think about those drops.
Oh, I know. It's tough.
Think of the type of game. Bowman may have scored on that.
And that's been open all night long, Chris, the middle of the field.
Lingerfeld back in at quarterback. And that one tipped, looking for profit, but there were several white shirts in the area.
Yeah, Wade Watkins, who's just been so active tonight defensively. If he's not blitzing, he's doing well in coverage. And we talked about that, right? The ability by this Cougars team to disguise coverage, and I think they've done that very well.
They've disguised, they've pressured the ball, pressured the quarterback, made Lingerfeld has run all over the field trying to avoid. He's done a nice job extending plays.
Well, if you're the quarterback, you see single coverage right there, and you trust your guy to make a play. You don't see Watkins just keep on drifting back, particularly where he goes over to his left first and then curves back around to make that play.
And I think they're so used to those inside linebackers rushing.
Yes.
They're down high, intercepted. This is Elijah Elrod, and a pick six to start the second half.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. That ball just floated right there. And it just so happened to float into the hands of Elijah Elrod. And boy, he's had a really good game as well for the Cougars tonight. Not the start you were looking for if you were the Patriots, unfortunately.
Fourth interception for Peyton Lingerfeld tonight. 2 of them have resulted in pick sixes. You add that to the 2 one-play drives that were touchdowns. That's 4 quick scores just like that for Northview. Kick on the way, and good off the foot of Jimenez. So another look at the interception. Return for a touchdown as it floats high, and Elrod takes it the distance.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
Hey, coming up in the fourth quarter, once again, we'll be naming the Eddie's Trophies Player of the Game. As always is the case for us, we always name one of the home team players, in this case, Patriots. So stay tuned with us. In the fourth quarter, we'll be naming that Eddie's Trophies Player of the Game.
Quite the start here for Northview on the pick 6, and that man seems very pleased, Coach Anderson. Fair catch called for Sullivan East.
Chris, it's sort of my impression right now. You've got to keep in mind they're starting 4 or 5 freshmen. They're starting another 4 or 5 sophomores right now. Boy, you see the potential for a very good Cougars team down the road, man.
Yeah, when we got a chance to talk to Coach Anderson this week, kind of asking him, I know you guys are kind of 2 games back of that last playoff spot. You got 2 games left. We were trying to get him to tell us the scenarios, like, okay, what do you have to do to get in? And he was
he
just
didn't want to have that conversation.
He was just like, well, we're gonna play this game first, and then we're gonna play the second game, and if we get in, we get in, and if we don't, we don't.
Yeah, I do think it's a reflection. He did talk about this, a reflection of character from his team, how they play these final 2 games.
Throw off the mark for Bowman there. But to your point, Ron, this is a Northview team that made the playoffs last year out of Region 1 4A. Lost a quarterback that was good enough to walk on at the University of Tennessee, and not only that, but got some snaps in his freshman season. So this is a kid who's got some talent. They changed the entire offense. Now the record's 2-6, but they're doing something right.
Chris, if they will just get Metcalf to the point that he can throw out of this veer, how dangerous will that be? When you've got that many defenders biting on that handoff.
Second down. Lingerfelt on the move again. And slung out of bounds.
I guess not.
Yeah. I think he hit him inbounds, but the extra flip was late, I guess, but no flag on the wrap-up.
Takes a 7 on the play, a 2nd and 3.
It's been a common sight here tonight as Lingerfelt has not had a lot of time back there in the pocket. Do keep in mind the last time these 2 teams played a year ago, 49-8 was the final. Northview won that one last year. This is only the 3rd time these teams have played against each other. Northview being a fairly newer school, opening in 2013. So this is just the 3rd meeting. Northview leads the series 2-0.
There's a little bit of confusion right now on the Patriots exactly what the play call is right now.
Under 10 on the play clock. And they're going to have to burn one.
Yep.
All right. Speaking, we had senior night tonight. Andrew McDuffie was one of the seniors that was honored here tonight, and Hope's got a little bit more to tell us about him.
Yeah, so number 3, the linebacker for East. So he volunteers with the Bluff City Fire Department, and he's going to start firefighting training in January. And he's also part of the Sullivan East Fire Science CTE. In the CTE programs like this, they give students such a great hands-on experience and overall just a better idea on what they want to do in the future. And speaking of programs like this, so earlier this month, representatives from Ballad Health's Accelerated Nursing Program and Bloomberg Philanthropies visited Sullivan East and other high schools in the area that are a part of this program. And Bloomberg Philanthropies, they're from New York, and they're a sponsor behind this program. And this is such an incredible opportunity for students who want to pursue a career in nursing. And if you want to learn more about this, be sure to check out the full story, including interviews, and BTES Power 7's next Hometown Connection video that's going to be airing in November and coming to our YouTube channel soon.
Thank you, Hope, for that note. A lot more going on outside of what happens on the field here, as Blue Prophet is interfered with near midfield.
Yes. Waiting on that call. Had to be contact while the ball was up in the air. Defender doesn't look around. That's just as blatant pass interference as you're going to see.
Free rusher again.
Well, pass interference on the defensive team will be a 15-yard penalty.
Just
First
simply
down.
runs right through Blue Prophet.
Yeah, kind of spun him around there.
And acts like he didn't do anything. That's kind
If that's not a defensive back right there, I don't know what is.
Man,
right?
you got to sell it. Even if you know you did it, you still got to sell it like, that ain't me. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you say something. When's the last time you've seen a defensive back on any team raise their hand and say, yeah, I did it?
Yeah. I didn't have that issue when I played, Chris. I didn't have that kind of speed.
Well, yours was for holding, right?
Mine was for holding, yes.
See the play clock run out here, but yep. It's a tough scene when you see a delay a game and coming off a penalty like that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there just seems to be some miscommunication right now, Chris, because we just saw it earlier, right? Between Coach Simmons and his quarterback, and I'm not quite sure what's the problem right now.
Showing blitz and another whistle. And lots of laundry on the field here tonight.
We got illegal. Yeah, we got a snap infraction on the offensive team, 5-yard penalty.
Kind of going backwards right now, Chris.
Get the penalty, you get the interference call, then delay, then snap infraction. First down and 20 after the pair of penalties. Slant route, deal. And I believe he came up with it near midfield.
Good route right there as he's able to get that inside leverage. And he does that very, very well right there. He's able to just turn that upfield. And great throw right there by Lingerfeld. He has some time and also a great kick out block right there.
That one, wow. Nice job by Deal. That was thrown behind him.
Good focus right there by that young man.
Deal first flashed for us when we got a chance to come watch East scrimmage against North Green. Had a long touchdown in that scrimmage. I walked away from that telling you, hey, this kid's going to be a problem. And next year, along with Devin Bowman and Hayden Jones, who will come back from injury, those three will be big targets for Peyton Lingerfeld in his senior year next year. And Lingerfeld down on the sack, just continuing to see the pressure of this Cougars team. Keaton Phipps in on the tackle, as well as Isaac Haney.
Chris, you just see a lot of speed up front for this Cougars team. They're just beating them. You see it right there, just shed the block. And
Rushing 6.
Yeah, and you know, this Patriots team, it is a team offensive line-wise that has been called a number of times. And you see their offensive linemen sort of throw their hands up because there's almost like a fear there out of them right now of getting a holding call. Kind of just need to square your shoulders up and keep everybody in front.
Third and long. Lingerfeld just nowhere to go, and Fort Cougar is able to upend him for a big loss.
It's going to bring up fourth and very, very long for the Patriots.
About 4th and 39. You'd have to think with how Lingerfeld's run around tonight, he's just, he seems gassed, right?
Chris, it's just difficult when you just have that continuous pressure just chasing you all over the field. There is a punt.
This is caught by Ferguson. He's got some space. Ferguson cuts it back and into the end zone as Northview cracks the 50 mark.
Just some nifty running right there. And you know, this is just the Patriots team right now that just looks kind of tired right now, Chris.
Tired, frustrated, beaten down. Ferguson, that's his second touchdown. He had a pick six return for a touchdown and now a punt return for a touchdown. He's having a night, and that does put the running clock into play here in the third quarter as well. Extra point good from Jimenez. Northview has gotten it done mostly on the ground in this game, but the defense, the special teams, they've just found multiple different ways to get in the end zone.
Yeah, I would agree. Just a complete effort tonight by these Cougars.
So all Northview here. How about in some of the other games we've been keeping an eye on this week? Greenville coasting to a win over Granger. Elizabethton starting to separate themselves a little bit, and Science Hill comes up a winner over Westridge, 28-14. The game that everybody kind of had their eye on there was Volunteer and Cherokee. That's for that third seed pretty much in Region 1 4A, and Cherokee seems comfortably on their way to a win there.
As it always is, should be a good matchup next week between Greenville and Elizabethton, and that one will be for conference bragging rights.
You know, if you're Northview, just looking ahead here, you really needed, I think you needed Cherokee to lose. No, I'm looking back. Yeah, I think they needed Cherokee to lose that game to have a shot, because they get Cherokee next week. As a fair catch is called for. So just from a, as we have that running clock rolling now after that kickoff. So if you're Northview, you've got, this is going to be your second conference win. With Cherokee winning, that makes 4 for them, and Volunteer will have 3.
I think you're right, Chris.
So, you know, now Northview plays Cherokee next week. So had Cherokee lost this game, theoretically Northview could have tied Cherokee and won the tiebreaker.
Depending on what Seymour did.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yes, and Seymour obviously has some more work to do as well. But now Volunteer, they'll be 3-3 in the conference, and they finish up next week with East.
And you'd have to feel as though Volunteer will probably be that 4 seed now, with Cherokee getting the 3.
Yes, that seems to be how it will shake out. Lingerfeld back out there, and it's caught Blue Prophet. Ron, I'm going to take this back to the pregame show, and this is one of the first things you said on air tonight, and that was, it doesn't matter what your record is, especially on senior night. Every game matters, and we're drawing a little closer here to the end of some of these guys' careers, specifically Blue Prophet.
And you know, you cherish this time because you've been with these guys for 4 years, right? And it's tough, Chris. And I never will forget sitting in that locker room and not wanting to take off that jersey. You just sit there and think about it for a long time. And for these seniors, they're going to have that moment as well.
Second down snap. Lingerfeld uses the referee on a screen there. And throws it out of bounds. Got a chance to talk with Hayden Jones earlier, junior receiver who was off to a really good start before he got hurt against Chucky Doak earlier this year. He only played in 2 games, really. Well, 2.5, I guess you might say. But he was talking to us a little bit about how, obviously, you finish out this year strong, but this East team does have a strong junior class coming back next year, and you'd have to think that they'd be pretty excited about that group being seniors next year.
Yeah, I mean, you keep the bulk of your offensive line and defensive line, so that will give them another, you give them another year to sort of grow and hit the weight room.
And you'd have to think that Lingerfeld will grow even more going into his senior season. Zipped and intercepted. 5th interception, and Northview's fighting over it. Look, who gets it? Who gets it? Oh, okay. I guess we'll reward Wade Watkins, as Watkins and Hayden Mitchell were both saying, my interception.
And you know, Chris, reflecting on something you just said right there, too, you hope that there's some reinforcements coming up that are going to be freshmen next year to provide some additional depth to this team. So I think it's one of their biggest issues. We've talked about that, and Coach Simmons has used those very words. He just doesn't feel as though he's got enough bullets in his belt. And when you get to this level, you've got to have that depth. You know, you look like an Ethan Amix, for example. Let's toss his name out. He'd be a great linebacker, right? But Coach Hilton's been very clear. I don't want my guys going both ways.
Northview has brought in some substitutes. Logan Carpenter is under center. Handoff goes for a few. That's Aiden Metcalf on the carry.
14, Aiden Metcalf on the carry. Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5.
Get to that point on senior night, specifically in a game that's lopsided like this. You'd expect to see some backups soon, but there's also that whole idea of just letting your seniors keep playing, right?
Yeah, you know, give them that time. This is their last home game. You certainly don't want to pull them more early, and you kind of communicate to them sometimes too if you're the coaching staff, Chris.
Ball is out, and Austin Warren has collected a fumble recovery. Speaking of juniors, he has he had an interception earlier in the game and a fumble recovery, did Austin Warren, and coming into tonight, he had forced 2 of the 4 East turnovers on defense already. So he now has 4 of 6.
Yeah, he's also, and you probably can tell me the number, he's one of the leading tacklers on this team as well.
Yes, in fact, he leads the team in tackles.
That's what I thought. Very active, and considering right now he's probably playing in that strong safety sort of hybrid look. Yeah. You have to be impressed with that young man.
East has made the change as well, as we're going to see Grady Burke in at quarterback, freshman. Zips one, and that was intended for his freshman teammate, Ike Deal, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know that was a drop right there, Chris. Pretty sure that was just simply well played by the corner.
So Burke in at quarterback. They really like him, and obviously he doesn't have to be ready right now, but in the future, one of the things they've talked about with Burke is where East has kind of gone to this air raid system all the way down to the junior leagues. Grady Burke has played in the air raid growing up in this system, and they think that's really going to pay off. There's a completion to Bowman. And a flag late here in the backfield.
Roughing the passer. We're 15 yards.
All right, so add 15 on to the end of that catch and run. Roughing the passer. Here's another look on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay, and
sure enough.
Oh, I didn't do it. Hands up. That's a freshman there, Logan Cates, hitting freshman Grady Burke.
Yeah, and he's going to be a good one too, Chris.
Oh, gosh. The size on that kid already?
Yeah, 2 interceptions already for that kid as well.
Yes. Also the second leading tackler on the team, beside his teammate Wade Watkins. Those guys get a lot of run there from inside linebacker. Here's Burke. Complete. Profit. Nice catch and run. We've seen Burke deliver some fastballs there to those receivers, and a nice job there.
Yeah, just watch him come out here, Chris, as he just comes out here and just sort of gets into that curl route. We've seen it twice now, right now. And you basically, all you're doing right now, if you're East, is you're going and you're finding that soft zone between the linebackers and the secondary. Good run after the catch, too.
So with the running clock, we have reached the end of quarter number 3. 56-21, Northview leads. Let's throw it down to the sideline. Hope's got another interview for us.
All right, we're here with Logan Crandall, and he is the new head wrestling coach here at Sullivan East. So how did you get into this position to be the new wrestling coach here?
Well, my wife actually found the position first, and then she just kind of sent it to me, and I knew that I wanted to be a head wrestling coach. That was something I've always wanted to do. And so I applied for here and for Tennessee High, and Sullivan East reached out first, and I looked at the program, thought that this was somewhere where I could achieve more of my goals through it.
That's awesome. So how has that transition been getting into being the new coach?
So I've had some really good mentors. My dad was a head wrestling coach for a long time, and then I was an assistant coach in Utah for a little bit. And so I've kind of brought a lot of knowledge from both of them and been asking them a lot of questions, and they've both been really good to help me out.
Oh, well, that's great. So you've got the season coming up. What are you most looking forward to this season?
I'm mostly looking forward to getting to know the kids. I'm not a teacher in the school or anything right now, so I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where our program is at and how we can build it.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure you guys will have a great season, and thank you so much for being down here with us tonight, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hope. Fourth quarter action. Go ahead.
Chris, I tell you, I've always believed if you got an offensive lineman who's not playing basketball or doing something else, get him on a wrestling team. It's a lot of the leverage, a lot of the techniques that you see in wrestling will work in offensive line play as well.
We've seen a lot of that wrestler football crossover. Burke in trouble and just flings it away. It's Colton Lazier in the area.
Yeah.
Another freshman.
I'm glad you stated that for clarity. That wasn't grounding.
And you're starting to see, I mean, Northview has not let up. They've got, I think they have made some substitutions, don't get me wrong, but that's that same game plan applies as they're putting a lot of pressure on Burke. And you're starting to see the difference in that freshman quarterback versus the junior Lingerfelt, where he's able to kind of extend that play a little bit longer and use that arm strength. But these are valuable reps here.
Oh, absolutely.
For Grady Burke, for sure. Just unreal pressure, and just you're not seeing that at the 8th grade level. You know what I mean?
No.
Like just last year.
Once again, we've called his name several times. Wade Watkins right there involved in that pressure. And Chris is just right up the gut. It's been relentless all night long.
What do you do? I mean, if you're the quarterback there, you've got nowhere to go, and that's where we've seen Lingerfelt continue to have to run around, pretty much run for his life out there.
You know, I sort of knew the plan going in, but what sort of stood out to me tonight about these Cougars, Chris, is just how quick they are up front in that front 7.
That was going to be another sack probably right there, as a timeout is called by Sullivan East, I believe. So a timeout gives East a chance to talk about it here on 3rd and long.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to catch that.
Yeah.
They called timeout and the clock kept ticking.
He's trying.
He's going to have to put about 15 seconds back on the clock, though, Chris.
Yeah, he did just say 9:54.
Oh, about 30 seconds.
I guess what I didn't realize is that sounded, I don't know, did he say that over the loudspeaker? Yes, he may have. All right, well, it is that time, folks. It's been a long season. This is our last regular season game on Gridiron Game Day, and we want to honor some of our crew members. On camera 1, waving, you see Addison Ragland, going to be graduating ETSU here in December. Danielle Miner, hello, on camera 2. And they're all dressed up warm because it is a chilly night. We'll keep getting more of our crew here in this fourth quarter. Third down. Burke nearly intercepted as that one is incomplete. But what if, Ron, this is our first year doing this.
Yep.
And this has been a lot of fun. But I'll just tell you right now, none of this happens without these people we're about to show. I mean, they just do incredible work.
They make us look better than what we actually are.
And we have, you know, we've got a team of people, and some of them aren't even here tonight. All right. See Jordy Alvarado there on your left. And is that a tiger?
That is a tiger. Didn't know there was going to be a tiger.
That's Thomas Watson up there. He's just trying to stay warm.
Thomas the Tiger? Is that?
Oh, a Clemson fan.
Oh,
okay.
the Clemson fan. Okay.
Fourth down. And that one is going to be a turnover on downs. I'm curious, Thomas, is that just to keep you warm up there? I mean, can we show how high Thomas is off of ground level on the scissor lift over here? Shout out Sunbelt Rentals. We'll get him. All right. Hello to Steve Champion on camera 5. All right. Austin Honeycutt and Wesley Theben. There are grips. Nice one-finger wave there. I see you. How about Adrian? Oh, we'll get Adrian back in just a second. All right.
There's Adrian.
Oh my, Adrian, are you serious with the brush, man? Oh my goodness. Hand off up the middle here for Northview. Can we just between every play, can we just watch Adrian brush his hair some more? Like that was pretty nice. Adrian, multi-talented guy. Hey.
The drone, what great shots he's provided this
Austin
season.
Seika, man, he's been flying that drone up, around, and everywhere, getting clearance from FAA and all.
Look at that beautiful shot.
Another handoff here for Northview.
Yeah, Kason Woodson in now.
Eli Cates on the carry. Third and short here for Northview, trying to keep the drive going here with the backups on the field. A little confusion there, but I think that's the keeper by Logan Carpenter for the first down.
I thought Kason Woodson had that ball right there, but I guess he was running parallel with his running back.
And also a shout out to our sideline reporters. You know, Leslie Blevins has been at this for a while, has been probably done most of the games, as we have a timeout here by Northview, which gives us a chance to highlight some more of our folks. But Leslie's been doing this a long time and kind of has passed the reins here, and she's been a huge part of this. There's Hope. You know her. You love her. It's Hope Godsey in her first year down on the sideline, doing our interviews, and has been doing a great job in her first year. And, oh, this is Inside the Truck live.
There's Chris.
How about that? Chris Sykes, our producer, on the left. And you can just call the guy on the right. You can just call him Gibby. Clayton Gibson.
Gibby.
Director, technical director. This man drives all over the Southeast, doing all kinds of football games.
A lot of experience in this crew.
All right, our bug op, David, also Brooks. ETSU grad in December, I believe. And Caitlin Seika on graphics. Who else we got in there? Is that Hoodie? Wait, oh! Man. Look at that, Silas. I thought you were turned around, but you're not.
We have some characters, don't we?
Hey, they've been waiting for this moment all year, man. I think they've been planning what they wanted to do. All right, we'll get some more here in just a minute. Saw Eric Hare there on replay. Handoff. Kayshawn Woodson. Ticking down towards 6 minutes to go. All right. Oh, Braden Sturgill, you're on camera, and I see your Dr. Pepper. Is that a Dr. Pepper, Braden? I think it is, back behind you. Going with the no-glove approach. All right, hello again to CJ Lang, our A1, and also a shout-out to Austin Scott, who's done a lot of our A1 work this year, who's not here tonight. Second down 9. Big carry here by Eli Cates. All right, these are our shade and video guys. Jordy Alvarado and Omar Diaz. Wasn't Jordy just outside?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
First down for Northview here as they're working towards the end zone. Handoff to Woodson. And another nice carry there on first down. Down to under 5 minutes to go. How about some engineers? These are the guys doing all the hard work. This is what they do the entire game. They're just fixing things, buttons. Stuart Large and Mason Stewart. When he's not fixing my leg, he's, oh, wait, Stewart is attached. We've got to get him out of there, guys. Come on, Mason. There you go.
Yeah.
I told you they rehearsed, Ron.
Yep.
I told you. 2nd and 1. Carry for a first down.
Last week during the Westford, Mason brought out the scooter. Man, that was a lot of fun.
Mason on a scooter?
Mason, well, yeah.
Look, hey, one of the, oh, hey, there's Luke. Mr. Do-It-All, Luke Joyner, member of our production team and an employee at BTES. He builds a lot of those graphics that you see every week. The opens and that kind of thing. One of the best opens I've seen in high school football, by the way. This one down towards the end zone and just a yard short.
Yeah, Woodson looks like he's going to be a good one, too.
That's Kayshawn Woodson, a freshman. So 2nd and goal from the 1 as Northview is trying to push it over the 60-point mark here. And that's a quarterback keeper, I believe.
Yep, that's just an easy QB dive right
into
there.
The end zone. That is Logan Carpenter for the score, and Northview has crossed that 60-point mark. This is a team, Ron, that was averaging just 16.5 points a game. So they have found a lot of success on the ground. You see another look here on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay. Not quite the tush push, but it works.
They've been impressive. I don't know how else to say it tonight. I mean, just running the football and just pretty much just imposing their will tonight.
They put it in the air once and threw an interception and said, we're just going to keep it on the ground. Extra point up and good. It's that high end zone cam. Hold on, I'm gonna say this again to the truck. Can we get one of our camera guys to show us? Oh, okay, let's do this first. All right, go ahead, Ron, take it away.
Player of the game tonight. Patriots number 7, Austin Warren. Congratulations tonight, Austin. Good, strong game for this evening.
Warren, just a junior. He's actually the stepbrother of Hayden Jones. And he, coming into tonight, as we said earlier, he had forced this East defense had only come up with 4 turnovers on the year. He had 2 of them already, and he added 2 more to his total tonight. Uh-oh, I think I know what's coming next. Got some other crew members still. We still have to recognize here. Hey, it's us. This is Ron, everybody. You've seen him. And on my left, Andrew Barker. Stop hiding behind the pole, Andrew. Andrew on stats. We also have Travis Dingus, who's been doing stats and filling in for us, not here tonight. But this is our normal crew up here. You know me, I'm Chris Mangrum. Thanks for a great season, guys. 10 games. It's been a fun first year doing Gridiron Game Day. We hope you guys have appreciated it all the way along the way. Like that was a fair caught there by Will Joyner for East as we're down under 3 minutes to go. Yeah, 10 seasons of Gridiron Game Day. In fact, Chris Sykes was honored before the game. Our producer and brainchild, I suppose, behind Gridiron Game Day got a nice little photo commemorating those 10 years of Gridiron Game Day, and I think they want to keep going. You think we should do it again next year, Ron?
I think we could run it back.
We can do another 10? Hey, why stop there? Grady Burke in at quarterback still. Completion. I'll tell you a guy that's had a nice game tonight is Zach Pearson.
Yeah.
We've seen him do the kicking duties, gets a catch there, had a nice tackle had a tackle for loss earlier as well.
You know, he's facing off against some second stringers. Burke's actually looked pretty good throwing the football tonight. Good little pass right there.
Ron, I'm not going to put you on the spot right now. I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about this, but I want you to think about your favorite moment from Gridiron Game Day this year as we get close to wrapping this regular season up. Grady Burke, man, that's a dart. Lead out there to Leisure. Starting to see some of the future Patriots here as Northview sends on some reserves. You got it yet?
Yeah, I tell you, I can tell you what my favorite game was this year. And I think that Tennessee Science Hill game was just a lot of fun for us, this sort of back and forth kind of contest. And that one, by the way, I think that game served Tennessee High very well as well.
Burke on first down. That's a good ball there. Just unable to come up with it there is Deal.
Pretty good coverage right there too, Chris, as Martin's able to extend that hand up and sort of break that up. You know, the interesting thing for us, Chris, is we've known each other a number of years and have actually talked about being able to work together, and I'm glad this worked out this year.
Oh, it's been fantastic. Really appreciate the opportunity to come in and do this, and it's been a lot of fun. We haven't had a lot of close games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, if you could be picky about it, but again, any night at the ball yard. How about a double catch here by Bentley Key? Go ahead, Bentley.
He's still playing hard, isn't he?
Senior right there. But yeah, you mentioned that Science Hill Tennessee High game. What a game that was. Although, Ron, I have to say, my moment of the year was, you know, sliding into the Stonecastle wall and needing 4 stitches.
I couldn't bring that up, man.
It's fine. Like, I'm over it.
You talked about actually showing the video for that, me telestrating it. We still have that video. It might come up eventually.
Could. Incomplete. And that will do it here from Sullivan East. The Patriots came in tonight trying to end that long losing streak. It will have to wait at least another week as Northview's rushing attack leads them to a 63-21 victory over Sullivan East. The Cougars now move to 3-6 on the season. They're 2-4 in region play, and the Patriots drop to 0-9 on the season here on their senior night. As you see the embrace there by the 2 head coaches, Justin Anderson and J.C. Simmons. We will take a break here post-game here from Sullivan East and be back with more right after this here on Gridiron Game Day.
In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the spirit of community runs deep, Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services has been a cornerstone in our area for almost 80 years. Founded in 1945, BTES began with a simple mission: to bring reliable electricity to every home and business in Bristol. Through decades of dedication, innovation, and unwavering service, we've powered dreams and brightened lives. Today, we stand as a testament of progress, offering state-of-the-art services while honoring our rich legacy. Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, our community's trusted resource for energy and connectivity. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music. She said, here she wants his fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. 96.3, The Possum.
Hey, I'm Josh Warner. I'm the franchise owner-operator at Chick-fil-A at the Pinnacle in Bristol, Tennessee. I joined Chick-fil-A in 1996 as a teenager and worked for Chick-fil-A through college, and we've loved being able to come back to Bristol and open our Chick-fil-A here. We have been very thankful and appreciative for the work that BTES has done for us with the reliability of their services. We've been pleased to use them for our internet and phone services as well as electrical utilities. Everything has been phenomenal, especially the business services division, which has provided great support for us.
63-21 the final as Northview Academy takes care of Sullivan East, mostly on the ground. And as the teams gather here on the field, we want to review our game tonight with some of the highlights from this contest as Northview Academy got it on the ground going. Let's take a look back at how this one finished up here tonight. There's the graphic, and here we go.
Yeah, really couldn't ask for a better start if you're the Patriots right here.
And up 7-0. Second down. And then Northview, of course, got the ground game going. And Keith Phipps, boy, he was tough tonight. Finished with over 230 yards.
Just off tackle tonight. Just so strong were the Cougars this evening.
Another look at this one-handed catch by number 1 Blue Prophet.
And Chris, as much as we want to brag about that running game of the Cougars tonight, the defensive pressure tonight, I think, is just the difference.
They made life tough on the quarterbacks, specifically Lingerfeld, and then of course Grady Burke later. Got a touchdown run here for Karsten Toole, the junior, another junior.
Yep.
It'll be back next year for the Patriots. So those are just some of the highlights tonight as Northview Academy played what was probably their most complete game of the season.
I'd agree with that.
And got the win, and here are the final stats. And the Cougars didn't need to do much in that second half. Finished with just over 400. They had like 330 yards at halftime.
Yeah, kind of went in cruise control that second half, and of course then the continuous clock kicks in.
And of course, you know, coming in, like we said, the Patriots had a chance to win this game. They just couldn't get the stops on defense that they needed. But that turnover number, and I saw you just point to that third down conversion.
Well, and you know, that stands out, right? But you said it earlier, and I agree with the statement. I think a lot of those third downs, we're not talking third and short or third and mid. Most of those third down were 10-plus yards lots of times, and Lingerfeld running for his life. And our hope was tonight that that line of scrimmage would kind of be a push, and unfortunately tonight for the Patriots, that wasn't the case.
Another thank you to our BTES Power 7 crew for a great season of Gridiron Game Day. Thank you. Hey, there's the photo of our crew. What a great year it was here in the regular season. Thank you again for everybody that has poured time, energy, effort into this program. Thank you to all of our folks from watching from home and on YouTube and all that. We've had quite a bit of viewership this year, Ron.
Yes. Yeah, appreciate everybody coming in and watching with us tonight, and appreciative of that crew as well.
Tonight's game airs again tomorrow at 11 a.m. and all week long on BTES Power 7, and stream it on our YouTube page at BTES Videos. For myself, Chris Mangrum, my co-host Ron Marvel, and the entire Power 7 team, we thank you for watching. This has been a presentation of BTES, your trusted resource for energy and connectivity. We'll see you soon.